my channel.
Yeah.
Or should.
Nope, we waited. They opted to wait. Thank Ken. He's the one with the adult sleeping schedule. It's just like, yeah, I got tomorrow off. But cool. Cool. Well,
I'm just going behind. My stick is doing that thing where it's like reading as if I'm pushed back. So 3 different times just then things survive by the skin of their teeth because of fucking it aimed backwards for some bad reason.
dead zone or whatever it is. I've been having mine has started doing the same. Let you finish that match.
It's
Get
almost done.
started. Yeah.
We're hitting the 1 minute mark, so it shouldn't be long.
Yeah. I knew you'd started it like 5-10 minutes ago, so that's why I love Unite games. They're short.
Unlike League.
Unlike League. Fucking the amount of 45-minute League games I have been in is just absurd.
League of steal your time. At least they both forgot it once.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it happens. Life is crazy.
Don't feel too bad. Each of us took one of your stat points, so you're down 3 points, and all 3 of us got one. That's all good. It all worked out.
All good.
That would be really unfortunate, man.
I have a dog in my room, so she's asleep though. As long as you didn't tell him about Icewind and all the debauchery and murder we got too. He'll find it.
Oh no. Well, most of Icewind happened before you started streaming it.
Yeah.
All right, we wrapped up, so good to go.
Hell yeah. Well. All right. So, your adventures have brought you to this coastal settlement known as Key on the world of Altera. You've each traveled here independently within the last 3 to 5 years aboard spelljamming vessels from distant wild spaces. These bubbles of habitable reality with worlds in them that you can live on and explore. You've all traveled on Spelljammers, so you're familiar with the general flow of how it all operates. You've been living here in Key for a few years now, helping out around the town. You've worked together a few times in the past, as I said to everyone else earlier, clearing out basements of rats and protecting the settlement from the indigenous life forms here on the planet. Let's see, where can I begin the right here. So a few nights ago, a celestial event occurred where stars rained from the sky. Hundreds of falling stars lit up the evening skies for the past several nights. Some say these celestial events are omens of impending disasters. Others believe they are precursor to the gods descending from the heavens to walk the land. No one knows for sure. You guys are just finishing up your midday meal while listening to a local blacksmith talk about being awakened last night by a loud crash. According to the smith, a crystalline vine burst out of the ground and punched a hole through the roof of his neighbor's bakery. Must be divine punishment for the bad pies and steep prices, says the blacksmith with a nervous chuckle. Why don't you guys go ahead and, as you all have adventured together before, You can go ahead and introduce each other, or introduce yourselves. We'll start in, let's do alphabetical order. So Cosmo, why don't you go ahead and describe what everyone sees around
So,
the table here in this tavern?
Cosmo is like a 2.5, a little more than 2 foot, or maybe a little
No,
less.
you said just 22 inches is under
You're
2
right.
feet.
Under 2 foot, capuchin monkey. He's kind of like dark brown with like white spots on him, just like a monkey, brown eyes, clad in armor, and then has this, like, for him, a comically large greatsword.
Is it like a short sword that he uses as a great sword?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably like some orcs, just like normal blade that he picked up and figured it was big enough.
Hell yeah, dude.
You guys would have heard from his adventures. He's from Russia and went up into space in one of the cosmonaut programs and got trapped into the astral sea. He's a paladin. Oh, he's got a thick Russian accent. Yes, and he, quote unquote, knows how to pilot ship. And by pilot ship, Cosmo can push button.
All right, Hill.
Muscularly.
We pan from the slightly changed capuchin monkey. These webbings now formed between his wrists and elbows and hips that can kind of form this almost like flying squirrel-like webbing. We switch over to Kill. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
All right. Well, Kill is a plasmoid, which means he is an ooze. He's just a little slime dude. He's a little bit taller. He's about a foot taller than Cosmo. It sounds like, but he is only like 3.5 feet tall, so he's a little small slime boy. He is like translucent, light blue and green, sort of like a gradient. And in terms of appearance, the only real thing on him, it looks like, is he's got a little cape. He's got a nature's mantle, so he's got like, it almost looks like he took a bunch of leaves and foliage and just kind of threw it on his back, because even though it's a cape, it's kind of interwoven with his plasmoid stuff, so he can like manipulate it, because that's also how he casts his spells. And in terms of like, I linked it earlier. I'll put it back in just so you got an idea like what to look like. He's tiny, but he's vaguely humanoid normally.
Okay. Cool. All right, Nero. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi. I'm near N3R0, aka Nero. I am an auto gnome. It's basically like a pint-sized warforged. He's got like a general bipedal frame. He's like he has like a gunmetal / silver tint to his, pieces. Um, like any interior parts that peek out like glows with like a sapphire or sky blue. Um, let's see what else. Doesn't have. He carries a mace as well. It's like the mace is kind of like in the same like aesthetic as he is, and I guess what would be like his collar, like how like military coats have like collars and stuff. He has a symbol of a dragon etched into it.
Hell yeah. And rounding out the party today, Radius. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as the tallest?
Or chaperone.
Yeah.
You don't want to let the kids hold a gun?
Oh no.
I mean, I think you want to give the little robot gnome a gun for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see. Well, you guys actually, you would know how each other fights. If you want to introduce what your characters' classes are as well, so that you guys can kind of coordinate, that would be fine. Yeah, we'll just go. We'll reverse. Let's bounce back from here. So, Radius, you are a. Right. Nero
Pretty cool.
is a.
Grave Domain Cleric.
All right. And then we have Kill here as.
He is a Circle of the Moon druid. He is an amorphous, like jelly that just shifts into different animals, and he in terms of being a druid, he does still like shift, but aesthetically, is every animal he becomes is just gonna be like the same sort of slime creature he is.
I envision them as gummy bears.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's all I've been able to do is just see him as like just turning into gummy bears. All right, and Cosmo, you are
Cosmo.
a.
He is a Oath of Devotion paladin. He's devoted to the motherland.
That's the fucking Soviet theme play every time he like smites something.
You know, in his head, I'm sure, and he's probably working on driving that charisma to just change the world around him. If you guys, you haven't adventured together in the Astral Sea yet, but reality gets kind of bendy there, so we'll see how things get, outside the wild spaces. But
Oh, one thing I did forget to mention, the tattoos that Kill has, because he's like a slime, they're not like on his surface. Instead, it's a mishmash of multicolors, kind of like flowing through him. He's got like a perpetual aurora borealis kind of flowing through him, so he's like super colorful.
hell yeah.
Would a botch tattoo for him just be like a piece of paper just suspended in him?
Just floating in there.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. Very cool.
Cosmo has a little bear as his holy symbol.
Hell yeah.
Bear.
All right. Well, as you all sit around this table, suddenly the earth shakes violently beneath your feet. You hear the dull roar of a distant eruption. The smith and several others hurry outside. Joining them, you see a sinuous crystalline vine erupting from the ground a few blocks away, tall enough to be seen over the rooftops. Screams of panic rise from the same direction. A sailor stands in your midst and says, "I think it's time I return to my ship. You're welcome to join me. You would be wise to flee as well." With that, she makes her way towards the docks. The ground churns again and more eruptions burst through the streets all around you. From these sites sprout smaller, crystalline vines that uproot themselves and begin lurching through the streets, driving panicked citizens before them, while the enormous vine in the distance stretches ever taller. And then we're going to go ahead and move to the other map, and you guys can tell me what you would do in this instance.
This is nothing. This
So,
happens all the time in Motherland.
as you step out, let's see, this one you'd be able to see there are a number of commoners running down from the streets in this direction. Oh, wrong layer. This direction. And the large crystalline vine that you can see is erupting off in this way. The upper left over this way, like way off. You come out the door and you can look up to your right, and it is stretching up over this amalgamation of, it's kind of like stone shape. They're magical devices that are brought to colony worlds that can build structures instantly. It's kind of like Instant Fortress, but they're just like houses, shops, and they tend to only be like 2 stories tall. So Key itself just stretches out in this wide kind of like blanket across the coastal islands where it's located. So you can see over it, and you can see this large yellowish gold vine just creeping up towards the sky. What do you guys do?
Huh.
It's up to you. If you look down that way, I'll also reveal this road. So this is where most of the commoners are coming from. And you can see something pulling itself up out of the ground and starting to lurch forward towards the commoners. The captain, I keep pinging on the DM layer. Up this way for the road. The captain's right here. And as she says that, she's going to start making her way this way.
How heavy am I?
How
With-
heavy
with-
are you?
With my arm. Because I'm like
20 or 30 pounds, maybe? Not
Okay.
much. Your armor's not full splint mail weight, because that would be ridiculous.
22 inches.
Yeah, and I'm
22
only
inches,
9 pounds.
65 pounds.
I mean, I have the strength to do it. Like, if we're gonna go with her, I'm gonna climb on her back.
Kill's gonna kind of peek around here to see what, like, obviously people are running, but he's kind of curious with crystalline vines popping out of the grounds and something dragging itself up.
Roll me a perception check.
Can I
I'm
climb,
also
can I
Alright, roll me
climb
a
on the
perception.
building? So like,
Give me athletics.
oh, I have those.
Okay.
Cosmo,
Alright,
Cosmo, the space monkey.
So, Cosmo, you are able to pull yourself gracefully up onto the roof of the one-story tavern here. It's just the same type of roofing as these buildings. Hill, as you peek around, you can see this one. It punches its way up out of the cobblestone and dirt ground here like a tree vine that then just turns into a fist and kind of pulls itself out in a roughly humanoid shape. With that, you can also see that there are more pulling themselves up from the road up and to the left, where more commoners seem to be running from. Everyone is running towards you guys down in this wordly direction, like from here to here. So they're like running past you as you get a look. Unfortunately for Nero, as you go to poke your head out, somebody kind of puts their hand right on your head, pushes it off the side, and just shoves you away as they run past. Cosmo, on the roof, what are you doing?
I'm just like trying to see what happens.
Okay, roll me a perception check as well, because you have a higher vantage point. So
I gotta add my language in that apparently didn't transfer because.
oh, that was my bad. I didn't.
Are you good?
I set everything up like yesterday or something. If there were updates, then it might not have.
It told me a recommended language, so I just took it, but it wasn't actually in the regular language, so I just wanted to add it in.
Yeah, I don't think there were a couple that were. Either way, unfortunately, with 7, all you see are the 2 here. What you do see is that this one, as he pulls himself up out of the ground, is going to. Where is this? Ooh, okay, that did it. He swings out at the commoner that's running past, who just barely manages to get down out of the way. As they dodge the first attack, the second one comes around, and with a flash of radiant light, one commoner is just obliterated.
Cosmo laughs.
What you guys doing?
Well, I mean,
If you guys want to run, you could run, or you could fight, and we could roll initiative. But from
I mean,
what you
we-
can see, these blights are pulling themselves up out of the grounds and attacking the commoners.
definitely seeing that, it was attacking. I mean, he was kind of immediately in defense mode here. So if you guys want to run, you might want to say it. Otherwise, he's probably gonna like get ready to chuck some fucking fire at that thing.
Osmo's
Yeah, I
ready.
think you're
Oh,
While you guys discuss, they do continue going.
Osmo's gonna walk down, and then, yeah. So he can actually talk and not be on a roof. Okay.
As you say that, you just see Kill like on his arm, the slime kind of forms into a hand, and in his palm, there's just fire now. He's like, "We're leaving."
okay.
Another commoner dead. She's running this way.
All right, well, he'll follow along, but he's still got fire in his hand.
I'm gonna
Not
get
so
on top.
fast. I got tiny legs.
Okay. Let's see. Wasn't expecting that. All right, cool. Give me 1 second.
I feel like we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. We're like, yeah, sure, we're kind of heroic, but also we're not. Also, I forgot to mention, I do know Celestial, but my version of Celestial is just like Earth languages.
I know Abyssal, Common, Druidic, and that language was Gith that it said was suggested. So I don't know if Gith will ever come up, but that was the language.
I know. I only know Celestial, Common, and Elvish, so.
Thought I got Dwarvish as well.
Well, we're covered for like a lot of the
Right.
common languages. Well, I don't know how common Elvish and Dwarven are in space.
We'll find out, because nor do I. Well, it's actually kind of funny. I have an idea, and when we get there, which is looking more likely since we're not going to be apparently fighting a bunch of astral blights who are going to murder. All right. So as you guys make your way through the city streets, following as closely as you can to the sailor who warned you to run as fast as you could, you carve your way through the city of Key and eventually get down to the docks. Now, you were pretty far away from where the docks were when you started running, so it took about 10 to 15 minutes of just this slog through the city to make it there. You all know where the docks are. You've lived in this city long enough, so you don't even need to really keep your eyes on her to make it there. But everyone roll me a perception check just so that you can keep track of where she's going. All right. So between Cosmo and Nero, you are able to keep your eyes on the sailor and find your way down to the city docks. All right. Need to move your tokens. Close that. Where is...
Poor Cade. He
Yeah,
probably thought we were going to try to help some of these people. We just were like, nah, see ya.
Yeah, you just noped out. I mean, like I said, I'm running it as the books, and what you did is one of the options, so this is where it goes. All right, so as you were as you arrive, I will say that the scene at the docks here is chaotic. Hundreds of people have begun to swarm the piers, trying to push their way onto 3 vessels that have not yet set sail. You guys do know that spelljammers, as far as ships go, can be installed onto any ship. And for the ease of travel in a lot of worlds that have oceans, they tend to be installed on things like sailing vessels, so that they can be docked and don't need to have special facilities set up. A spelljammer it's just an engine that creates a bubble of gravity that lets you fly through space. So as you arrive, it's not unusual to see galleons just docked here. So there's two long ships and a galleon still here. A group of thugs in black leather armor use their clubs on a crowd of screaming commoners, keeping the people away from the ships as they're loaded with cargo under the supervision of a sneering man with long red hair. Actually, in this case, it would probably be instead of on the ship. Some of them will be on the ship. Some of them are down here.
You're supposed to be on the dock. Map.
Ah, that would probably. I haven't moved you guys. That would be why. Yeah.
Cool.
There you
What are
are.
you talking about?
My bad. The woman you've been following kind of comes to a stop, and looks at the bandits. Damn. What are you doing with my ship? And she's going to approach them. The man sneers back at her. It's our ship now. If you're smart, you'll just back off and let us be. Let's see. I'm trying to adapt to the module right now.
As she's talking to him,
Mhm.
can Cosmo just go underneath and then bash the dude upwards with the pommel of his sword?
Okay, roll me a stealth check. As she approaches to have a conversation with him. Ooh, let me see what his Yeah, he does not seem to notice. Go ahead and roll me an attack with with advantage, because he does not see you coming. You follow close to the woman, who, as she turns away from him, goes, I know we only just met, but I'm Captain Elena Sartell. I don't suppose you could help me. And as she turns to speak to Nero and everyone else, yeah, 16... Actually, no, 16 just misses. Glances off his armor and pushes him back. You would be right there. And at that point, I do need everyone to roll me initiative as he looks down and goes, What in the You messed with the wrong... And starts to draw his own weapon. That was...
That was hilarious.
Health, too.
It would have been great if it would have worked, but
Yeah, right.
it wasn't funny.
There, you did get it. Okay.
I figure when Cosmo fights, you know, like the mid-air anime fights from like Seven Deadly Sins with Meliodas,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's just so tiny. It's just like that.
Just yote himself in the air with the butt of your greatsword.
I like how tiny your little icons are in the initiative.
I know.
Ooh, I've got buttons for
We should have like the ultimate element of surprise in just about every fight, huh?
Right.
You guys are
We're pretty tiny. We're
pretty
compact.
tiny.
I can be
And I can literally make us
motion.
tiny because I have the large reduced.
I will also say that everybody is at the moment in the surprised condition, so you have surprised the entire group. The only one who isn't surprised at the moment is the one you've already attacked.
Does that mean I can take a pot shot?
Yeah, so the way surprise works is during the first round, you have the surprised condition until your first turn. During your first turn, you literally spend the turn not being surprised. And from that point on, you're not surprised. So at this point, as we begin the first round of combat against the thugs that are trying to steal this captain's ship, Kill, it is your turn. Everyone here except for Travis, the gentleman with the red hair, is surprised. What would you like to do?
Which one's the one with the red hair? This guy?
Yeah,
The one he swung on?
Mhm.
Okay.
The one who seems to be in charge here. Everyone else is kind of like they were watching and posturing with their hand crossbows, and I call them hand crossbows. They're guns. They're arcane crossbows. They're arcane firearms. But they were watching, and at this moment they're like, "What?" This tiny little monkey just jumped out of nowhere.
little
What
little
the hell
slime
is
kind
that?
of slithers and goops on around right here, and I guess I'll just throw the fire that's in my hand at this guy real quick.
Okay. Wait, I actually have. Stop that. Play this. Play this on loop.
Powerful starting roll of a 5. Powerful.
Ooh. On this guy, you said?
No, No,
No, this guy. Okay. Where is there? Hey, a 12. 12 hits.
Oh hell yeah! Okay. Alright.
Level 5, guys.
Get a little bit of fire on there then.
Oh,
Really
Just said-
low damage fire, but
Um,
you know.
I'm just sad the 16 didn't hit.
He probably has higher armor.
yeah, he
Well,
has a.
Yeah, I attacked one of the little guys behind him since you were on him, and then bonus action. I'm just gonna become a fucking bear real quick, like.
You just could. Okay. Just pull your wild shape token. Okay. You kind
It's like
of.
tripled in size.
You're gonna like.
Fall forward a little bit. You have to because you have to make space. Just gummy bear kill expands like a balloon into the shape of a bear.
I feel like
the,
you have to use the gummy bear as the token picture.
Yeah, I feel like.
Hey, if it
Dude,
becomes
it's gonna be great because I've got a bunch of animals, you guys. There's gonna be a bunch of like translucent slime-based animals that will pop out pretty periodically.
Heck yeah. And I thought I was gonna be the group pet.
You thought wrong.
I'm just looking.
Now we both are, but you know.
Oh, I thought surprise was an actual. It's not. Okay, cool. I just wanted to see if you had advantage. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I was about to.
All
ask that,
right.
but-
So this one spends his turn going, "What the fuck?" This one spends his turn going, "What the fuck?" Unless either
Wait,
one
which
of
one
those
are those
were.
two?
This one and this guy up on the ship. All right, that brings us to Radius. It's your turn.
I don't remember the distance of a pepper box or a pistol, so I'm just gonna shoot at this one.
Yeah, you got more than enough range. Probably like 120 feet.
Okay. So yeah, I fire.
That hits. Is it the one in the front or
Yeah,
the one that?
I already forgot names.
Yeah, the one that Cosmo tried to
Yeah, Cosmo.
bump. Gotcha. All right, 6 damage. All right, you level your pistol and take your shot. This radiant, purplish pink
It's
light.
actually a moonstone, so it's kind of like milky white with a weird
Milky.
shine.
Okay. Through the air. Doesn't seem to leave any damage, but he like winces in pain and puts one hand up to his head while still trying to take in this whole situation. Seeing the giant bear that just formed next to him too. Anything else you wanted to do?
I'm gonna move back slightly, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Next is going to be Thug, who spends his turn not being surprised. Then the veteran.
Oh yeah, because he's not surprised.
He's going to use both of his attacks on Cosmo. Yeah. So 24 to hit, I think that
Yeah.
does.
Yep.
All right. I need to turn off. It's rolling like the dice visually, and it makes my computer lag. I just want it to roll. There you go. Okay.
The dynamic lighting gets mine. And anytime there's like light that casts shadow and we can't see and it moves based on that, it lags my laptop hard.
Yeah. And a 20.
Yep,
So
both
2
hits.
hits. Slashes down at you once. Back again with his long sword. You take a total of 21 slashing damage.
Jeez.
That's going to be his turn. Cosmo, it's your turn.
Well, ouch.
He kind of looks down and goes, the smallest Hadozi I've ever seen.
You know, I'm going to jump on Earth and then use him to launch myself at this guy.
Okay.
And then I can use. Actually. Yeah.
Decisions.
I'm gonna hit him with a thunderous smite.
All right. I think that's the bonus action one, right?
Yeah, it's a bonus action to cast it, and then you use your action to hit.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna spell save a 15 on now.
All right.
Sorry, I have to pull my spell slots up. So
Make me the attack roll.
that is the attack roll.
That's the
So
save.
the thunderous smite, it imbues your weapon, and then you make an attack roll with that weapon.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
and then on the next time your weapon hits, it deals that extra damage and forces it. Which is 22 does hit. Strength save. You said it's a DC 15?
DC
It
15.
is. Yep.
He rolled a 16, so he manages to stay on his feet, doesn't get blasted away. 12 slashing damage, though. That's not bad.
Plus 5 thunder.
That's 5. Yes, you are right.
And then as he's like jumping, he's doing like a flip in midair, and he's just like, Mother Russia!
You guys are level 5. You should have extra attack, right? You should be able to make 2 melee attacks.
He does, yes.
Oh, can I do it when I use smite? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bonus action. You won't have the smite on the second attack, but
Yeah.
that's just a bonus action to do it.
And you can add smites to any melee attack that you make, and you don't need to add your divine smites can be added after you confirm the hit. So you can be like, okay, I know that hits. I'm gonna throw a second level divine smite on there as well to deal an extra 3d8 damage.
Hell yeah, dude.
okay, yeah. No, I'll add another divine smite at.
Okay.
Wait, I can do it at second level. I'll do it at second level.
All right. I think it should be another 3d8.
I think it's
It is 2d8 for a first level and an extra d8 per level higher, so it's 3d8 for a second level. So roll me the 3d8. Got it.
Oh,
He's starting to look kind of messed up. He was that was a serious couple hits right there. Even though the smite damage was a little bit low. What would Cosmo's Motherland smites look like? Like how does it affect?
First off.
missiles.
A hammer and a sickle.
As he hits,
Sorry.
like a bear, you hear like a bear roaring from his sword, and like coming from his sword.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Does-
like, for anyone who's watched Multiverse of Madness or read the comics of American Chavez, how she leaves like star marks everywhere. I feel like
Oh,
that
yeah.
with red.
Just paints it red.
Exactly.
All right. You jump up, leaping off of the gelatinous bear-like form of your comrade that's next to you, and delivering your 2 attacks, your sword roaring with the ferocity of your homeland into the bandit leader in front of you. He staggers back and kind of looks up at you. Ow. Anything else you want to do?
No, I don't think so. Oh,
Okay.
damn. You know what I forgot? We didn't do my Divine Contract or my Magic Initiate. I didn't choose spells for my Magic Initiate. Oops.
You didn't.
That's fine, I'll do it.
Yeah. You can do it later. Not being Nero, it's your turn.
There's that background. Okay.
Oh, already?
Yeah, they
Okay.
are all at this moment as the bear roars from both the transformation of Kill and Cosmo's sword. The thugs on deck who were loading the various, like supplies and resources to be able to survive in space, are still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. You guys came in really hard and sneaky. It was great. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna pop this. And then I am going to toll the dead the bandit captain.
Okay, well, let's see. So for built for success, that's something that you can use anytime that you're making an attack roll. This isn't really an attack roll. This is a saving throw, so it really wouldn't have an effect on that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody told the dead you could use it to work towards that.
Let's see.
But
Spell save DC. Been so long since we had told the deads. That is a 13. That is a fail. You can go ahead, roll me a d12.
2d12.
2d12.
Yeah, we 5th level, boy.
Yeah, 5th level.
5th level.
Yep.
It's all good.
It's been a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Hell yeah, dude.
Jeez.
as the leader of this squad looks down at Cosmo with this look of surprise at the ferocity with which this Hadozi just attacked him, he hears a powerful tone ring through his head and falls dead to the ground.
He just hears the constant run of an
You just see the light leave his eyes and he falls to the ground. Anything else you want to do? No?
I think not.
Not being surprised, not being surprised. Kill, it's your turn.
He's gonna wander on up over the corpse of that guy and gonna bite and claw at the guy that he set on fire earlier.
Hell yeah, go for it.
Also, that's not supposed to be advantage. Don't know why it's on by default.
44 does hit. All right.
Aw.
How do I turn the event? Why is advantage
Oh,
even-
sorry. That's because it's a NPC token. Give me 1 second. It's defaulting them all on. There you go.
word? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's only an 8 on this second.
Yeah, the 8 does not hit, but the first bite attack does chomp out with the jelly teeth, gelatinous bear form. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
All right, let's see. I mean, I feel like they were.
I'm just being reminded of that gummy bear song from Adult Swim.
I'm a gummy bear.
No, sorry, not the song. The video where the gummy bear's like, prancing and singing, and then gets stuck in a bear trap and eats their own leg.
That's robot chicken.
Yeah.
Robot chicken, that's what it was. Gummy bear, shine.
Sorry, I'm trying to determine whether or not they would run. Well, that guy is going to. He is going to see that you just murdered his leader, and he's going to leap over the deck and just swim away. That guy is gone. This guy I don't think he's going to run because you're right up on his face. Ooh, an 8 and a 19 to hit the bear.
Surprisingly, the 8 misses, but the 19 hits.
Okay. All right. The 19, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage in your bear form from his mace.
You know how like when you see ballistic jelly get shot and it does that little ripple and kind of shake? That happens, but like there's not really any effect because 3 damage is like nothing.
It really is nothing,
It's
man.
like jiggling in place. Like what was that?
He looks back. They killed the boss. What do we do? What do we do? And then he hears a splash off to the side. Radius, it's your turn.
Cosmo yell at that. I'm your boss now.
Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah, I have that.
And then Radius, it's your turn.
Dang it.
Line of sight.
Can I give him advantage by roaring?
Yeah, I'll give him advantage.
Yeah.
And
Dang it.
you
Oh my god.
they're still gonna roll against it because it still might be enough. That +7 is a nice modifier at level 5.
It is.
radius, you can. He is under half cover though, so they'll have an extra bit to their AC, but you can still shoot at him. Or either of these are visible. This guy up on the dock, you can see him. He's like turning towards you guys and trying to figure out what's going on. The ship is probably about 15, 20 feet up off of the surface of the water, now that I'm thinking about it. But you could make out the top of his head, so he would also be under half or 3/4 cover. But either of these two.
I'm going to just shoot at the same guy.
The one that Kill's been wailing on?
Yeah.
All right. And as you guys charged in here and started this kerfuffle, that does hit. Half cover's still only a +2 to their AC.
Oh yeah.
6 damage. A bolt of moonlight energy past Kill's bare form. Bandit's still on his feet. Thug's still on his feet. All the commoners that they had been holding back have like run away now and are trying to get onto the only longboat that's left, which is over here. The other longboat has set sail, and actually it's only been like 10 seconds, so they're just still running away.
They saw a little monkey come up and uppercut someone. A slime throw fire and then turn into a bear. Dude pull a gun and start shooting at a little robot, ringing bells at people.
Yeah, they're just. Whew, they're like, yeah, maybe if they solve that, we can get on that ship. But hey, look, other ships.
Can I?
Anything else?
Can I see up onto the deck?
You can't see the deck. You can see like the banisters here, but not the deck boards themselves. You could, like, if you need to Misty Step, you could Misty Step up there. You just sort of appear above the deck.
Well, it's not so much a Misty Step, it's more like my Starlight Step. Which is technically Misty, but...
It's the same. I mean, they're all very similar with slight thematic and mechanical differences, but yeah, that's the. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. It's about 30 feet away, but I think that's the range.
It is, yeah. So I will Starlight Step right here.
Onto the ship.
Up to
All
the
right.
ship.
All right.
Hello there.
Who the hell are you? This thug is gonna have to roll a. Do I run or join him check?
Welcome to the crew.
He kind of like takes a step back and looks to his buddy on his right. I don't know, man. They look kind of tough. I'm just. That's all he's gonna do. Cosmo, it is your turn.
I like how we were really willing to fight a bunch of regular dudes, but like the monsters climbing out of the ground fucking with people, we were like, nah.
We were blasting people like that first one was just a regular hit and dealt 9 radiant damage. That's enough to flat out kill a commoner in one hit. Just a burst of radiant energy and they're just red mist.
So I took a lot of hits, so I'm gonna cure wounds
Okay.
on myself. Just level 1.
Well, you also have lay on hands. Don't forget that, because I will say, as a paladin, spell slots are smite slots, but it's up to you.
That's true. I'll use lay on hands.
And you can use any amount of lay on hands as you want.
I'll just refill
Okay.
the 21.
You can also hop on top of Bear Kill if you want, because I am large now, so you
Yep.
could comfortably sit astride him like a bear mount.
I would say all 3 of you could probably ride on any of Kill's large forms. With 2 smalls and a medium, you basically have a mount built into the party.
I'm gonna kill. And
Alright.
I'm going to get on his head and start swinging at this guy.
Okay. And roll me your attack. Well, you used your action to lay on hands, unfortunately. So you have your bonus action. And your movement to get, over there. Is there anything you want to do with your bonus?
Is there anything I can do with my bonus? I think. Hold on. Oh no! Darn it! That's an action. Never mind.
And you used 21 of your lay on hands, right?
Yeah.
Did, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I put it in. I'm not gonna. I don't think I have a bonus action unless. Actually, I'm gonna cast magic weapon.
Okay.
Oh no, my weapon's magical. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot. I've got a +1. It is
Yeah.
bonus though.
Yeah, I have divine favor for that because I know what you're trying for, and divine favor is a nice first level spell that just gives you an extra D4.
I gotta make sure. We gotta remember to add 1 to all the melee attacks as the different animals because of the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Yeah, and that's just at all times, even
Yeah,
when it's not
that's
active.
just yeah.
Cool,
It doesn't get the increased damage or the range. It's just the unarmed strikes become magical. So like the claws, the teeth, all of that are magical for overcoming resistances.
Got it.
Wait, does that mean I can touch his paws with magic weapon?
What?
So they're already magical.
They're
yeah,
already
because
magical.
of the tattoo. Yeah, he doesn't
sorry.
use weapons because he's a druid, but the tattoos like they still work in animal form since it's not like casting magic. I can't empower them until I'm in normal form, but
Okay.
I kind of had to grab it so that I could circumvent not having magic weapons as an animal.
Yeah, no, I feel ya. Well, that's why I was like, oh, I could use my my weapon on you.
Sorry, I'm just getting the next series of. All right, very cool. Okay, so, as you were you casting Wrathful Smite?
No,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so at the end of your turn, the next thug to go is this guy. Looks to his left at his buddy and goes, "Yeah, I don't really feel like dying today, man. I mean, like, as long as we can get the fuck off this planet, I'm good." And he drops his weapon, and the one to his left also goes, "Yeah, that's a smart idea." And they both drop their weapons. So whether you guys continue to fight with them or not, I'm going to give them. I'm gonna give them not that one because I got new token markers. I'm just gonna give them incapacitated
Token markers?
because they don't have any weapons at the moment. However, the deck rolled so much better, so it might be easier if you just tell me what your AC is, Radius.
Currently at a 14.
14. Got it. Okay.
I'm
So
not the
he's.
only one with really low AC, y'all. I forgot how rough it can be at low levels.
You gonna make his 2 attacks.
Talking about, I've got 18 AC.
Both of his attacks miss with an 8 and a 10. So he runs at you as you appear on the deck and swings twice with his mace. You just barely managed to juke out of the way. How far is this guy? Okay, he is gonna have to run a little bit closer to you, but as he runs closer, he's going to draw his heavy crossbow and from the stairs take 2 shots at you with advantage because of hack tactics. Whew, okay. Boom. It's a 16 and a 20. But
I'm going to shield
okay.
so that we'll
Gets
bring
your-
it up to 19, so the 20 still hits.
So as you shield, you cast your spell. The first crossbow bolt is deflected. You take 4 points of piercing damage. The second one slides past your arcane barrier and into you. 2, 3, 4. This guy's gonna run up onto the deck and do the same his buddy just did. This is a 21 and a 10. He shoots the first bolt. You take 8 piercing damage. Another one into your side. The second one flies wide. Does not hit you. They all passed your, like... You don't have any charisma, so I used a 10 as your baseline intimidation. And they all rolled higher than a 10.
You telling me a little tiny monkey doesn't have a lot of charisma? Like, even from an adorableness factor?
Oh no, the monkey does. The monkey is cram full of charisma. They can't really see what's going on down there as well as what they could see is the astral elf that just appeared on their deck because they're way up on the
I was
ship.
about to say,
Yeah, there's like
our little monkey boy don't have charisma. Come on,
Dude, I'm
I
a
didn't realize it was
paladin.
the roar.
the
I'm a
two.
paladin. Of course I have charisma.
These two are just like they're basically like hands in the air right now, not threatening at all. 15 and 16 on the next series of attacks. 2 crossbow bolts twang twang off your shield. Do not hit you.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to read.
It's all good. It's actually Nero's turn. What would you like to do?
Second flame him, Nero. Get him.
Do I see the people on the deck of the ship?
You can hear cries of combat and see crossbow bolts flying. You can see this guy, kind of like the top third of him, as well as the top of Radius, and you can see the Radius is in melee combat with them. But you cannot see the two over here. They're just too far away and up on the deck.
Well, I'm gonna climb up on the homie right here.
I'm just gonna put him in the back, except for this guy who's gonna go to the map. You okay, Sky? Give me 1 second. She just made a...
So I'm thinking with my magic initiate going bard so I can get vicious mockery and friends, and use my charisma score to get friends,
Hell yeah, might as well.
and then either take Tasha's hideous or command. But like, guys, friends. I gain advantage on charisma checks directed at one creature that isn't hostile. I
Okay.
can just be like, hey, that animal, let's be friends.
What?
Oh,
Friends as a
Yeah, I was
skill.
thinking for my
Oh.
magic initiate going the bard route and taking vicious mockery, friends, and then either command or Tasha's.
Man's also a paladin spell, so
Oh, I'll take Tasha's then.
yeah. But command is like one of those, like, ooh, so good paladin spells. All right, so Nero, you climb up onto the back of Killbear.
Gilbert.
What would you
And
like to do
then,
from there?
yeah. When can I see him now,
These guys?
or the one closest to Radius?
This guy.
You can see him. He's just he's gonna have half cover, but you can't see him.
Oh well, I'm gonna throw that sacred flame at him.
All right, so he's gonna make his
I'm first.
dexterities.
Just a heads up. Part of why I'm glad that they went Wild Spacer and not the Astral one. You have to pick cleric spells from that magic initiate when you take that background.
For which one?
For that magic
Astral-
initiate.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Oh.
can talk about it, Hawk.
On
Just
the
find
book.
out
Okay.
what you're looking for, and we can discuss it. Nero, as you climb onto the back of Killbear and release the sacred flame, coalescing it above and into the thug, he has advantage on that dex save because of cover, and he does not. No. Mm-mm.
Hell yeah. Get them.
There's a 5 and a 4.
Neat.
He takes radiant damage right in front of you, just lit up like the midday sun. Anything else you want to do?
Negative.
All right, these two are gonna roll their. Actually, no. As many friends as they have that are now on you, they don't even need to roll. They're just gonna fall in and keep shooting at you.
Well, 2 of them might get out alive. They were smart.
Yeah, well.
This isn't my ship.
You hear a voice, please don't fireball our only means of escape.
Yeah, we also kind of need to get the fuck out of here ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a 21, which hits for 3 points of piercing damage. A 15, a 9, and a 14.
Hell yeah.
Oh, those all miss.
Yeah, they do. And that's with advantage.
Ooh.
You dodging out of the way, blocking the crossbow bolts with your arcane shield. It's rough up here, but you're holding your own. Kill. What would you like to do?
It's rough up here. So that's a 14
Yeah, that hits.
for 11 piercing.
11. He's so close.
All
But
right,
he is
then
still
hit those
alive.
with slash.
Yeah,
19,
that does it. That does it.
14.
His body is just and bloodied, and they kind of look at you. I never liked that guy anyway. That was the just don't kill
You
us.
see Kill kind of like nod and like looks like he's gonna eat him, but he just kind of absorbs the body into his gelatinous mass because they don't actually eat; they eat like an amoeba do, and they just absorb stuff. And he's gonna start trotting down 5, 10, 15, 25. Get about right here because I can't get too far because I got to walk through little people, but start making my way towards the dock.
All right, you guys just riding on Killbear, making your way down.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh.
Making your way downtown.
There's now like a mauled body floating around in the mass that you guys can see because he is transparent the entire time.
Like
If it comes up to the surface, Cosmo's gonna kick it downwards, or just ride on it, depending.
Let's see. I need to. Ooh, no. As you slither over the body of their former comrade, absorbing him and his armor and weapons and everything he was carrying into you, and then continue just gooping across. Actually, you're not even in really a goopy form. You're in a bear form, so you're just like pulling yourself like a bear, just absorbing everything. One of them hurls, just turns to the left, just right into the water. This one just steps back out of the way. This guy, he's just trying. Can he swim out of the water? No, he cannot. Those are bad rolls, guys. Guys, why are you rolling so? You just hear another splash and like cries of "God damn it! No, God damn it!" Radius, it's your turn.
How tall are these?
That is the ship's mainsail and mast. So there are two big, like they look like sailboat sails. They're all furled at the moment, but it goes up probably about 60 feet.
Let's see. Because I have a thing. I can do a thing. And I'm curious if I have to use an action to do it.
What is the thing?
My broom of flying.
Oh, where do you keep it?
I usually just have it with me.
You just have a broom slung across your back like a fucking sword.
Pretty much.
It feels strange to call you a weirdo as a gelatinous bear, but I feel like calling you.
Yeah, shut up, gummy bear.
I think it uses. Hold on.
Because it says, until you stand astride it and speak its command word. And then
It costs
cover.
half. Yeah, so it costs half your movement speed to mount. So that's what I'm going to say. Is it costs half your movement speed to get onto it.
So half my movement speed to get onto it, and then.
What's the
Here's
command
another-
word?
Here's...
What do we hear?
You can speak. Speaking is a free action, so the command word doesn't take anything. But
You just
It's got to be
hear-
something flashy, dude. Come on.
You hear Yilfum Sea Turp.
Elven, obviously, very Elven.
No, that's
So
just
you
bad
have-
word for fly, my pretty.
It sounded very Elven. But you have 25 feet of flying movement, where you could dash and get another 50.
My question is, am I able to Starlight Step with it while I'm on it? This is basically a Misty Step, and I'm taking, everything that I have with me. I just can't take another creature.
Yeah, I would say sure.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
He just blinks out, flying astride a balloon. See ya.
I will Starlight Step here and then fly up 25.
Okay. Right. And that still leaves you with your action.
Yes.
sling your broom underneath you quickly, speak its step, and in the motion of kicking off, activate your Starlight Step to push you into somewhere far safer to fly away from. Dart into the air, and you can now all see Radius flying above and in front of one of the sails. Something you've seen him do this before. He's had this, broom of flying. Kill was probably actually there when he got this flying broom. What would you like to do with your action?
I'm just gonna take a shot.
It's really good because now you're just like a turret.
Why do you think I got the thing?
And you'll distract them while we climb up.
13 hits. Okay, 8 psychic. Coward. He's just sneering up at you, blood trickling down out of one of his eyes.
By the way, how I ride this broom is basically like I'm just like sitting on it, like I'm sitting on a chair. I'm not like the normal, like, I'm a witch on a broomstick. I'm like just sitting on it on the side, like my feet are dangling off of it, like I'm sitting in a chair.
So the broom just flies sideways?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I dig it.
It's the sideways model.
You're drifting with a broom.
Cosmo, it is your turn.
I'm going to attack that guy twice.
Okay.
Those poor dudes.
It does hit.
Oh,
That also hits. And again, you can choose whenever you want to use
You know what?
smites.
You
Let's
could throw a
tack.
smite on that crit, dude.
Let's tack a divine smite on that crit for using my last level 2 spell slot. Because
As you do.
why the heck not?
Could it be
And
the one
then-
that's throwing up? Is that the guy throwing up? Please
It
tell me
wasn't.
it's the guy throwing up.
It was. Sure. Let's say it's the one that threw. I rolled 2 dice. It doesn't really matter which one. One of them rolled a 12. The other got a 7. So he got a 7 and a 4. So as he's kind of hurling into this crane mechanism that's used to load and unload crates and barrels of cargo and just completely decimating the internal workings of it, you swing out twice with your greatsword. Go ahead and roll me damage.
I'm gonna do smite or divine smite first level on the first one.
Okay.
And
23.
then second level on that one, and then I gotta roll another 3d8 on the or 1d8 on the final one.
Two more d8s.
2 more.
Yeah, 2 more d8s. Yeah, that man's gone. He see 23, 29, 34, 40, 59, 69 points of damage.
So how,
Nice.
One of the ones that had already given up.
Yeah, he's sitting there hurling, and with the first strike down, you wham into him and carve through his clavicle, and the buddy next to him screams and kind of darts away like, ah, what?
as,
And then you pull back, go ahead.
as he's cleaving into him and doing the smite there, he realizes that he could get through like straight through the guy, like clean cut in half. And then that's where he's just gonna put all his power in the divine smite for the second one and cleave the dude clean in half, and then run right back up again.
Like chopping a tree down, dislodged the greatsword that had sunk itself 3 or 4 inches into his shoulder and clavicle, and with one more strong swipe, just immediately straight down the middle, bisecting him into 2 halves. His buddy darts out of the way like, we'd already surrendered!
That poor dude.
He gone. They had 32 hit points, guys.
And then Cosmo's gonna get on the head of the bear and just yell, "I told you I was your new master! Oh no!"
Roll me another intimidation check.
They're doing it on advantage just because I cleaved the dude in half.
Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah,
there it is.
24. What? Yes, yes, sir. I understand. I get it. Work will set me free. I get it. I understand.
So how many of them did I intimidate to be underlings?
Oh, see, here's the big problem. None of them saw that.
Darn.
Distracted by
Literally just this guy down here. Because you
Yup.
killed the other guy that was already surrendered.
These guys are looking in the complete opposite direction, up at a flying astral elf on the opposite side of the sails that they don't want to have wrecked. So
He's gonna.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Cosmo,
Unfortunately-
we'll be there. Because I found out the bear has a 30-foot climb, so we're just gonna climb on the boat on my next turn.
I mean, I also have a 30-foot climb, but I'm having fun riding a bear and just chopping people in half. Oh, and then he's gonna command this guy to go wait by her and apologize.
yes, sir. You don't even need a perception check. Like, this man has very clearly soiled himself. You all can smell it. He is no longer like
Right.
there is no threat.
Can I use my divine sense to like tell what he soiled himself and what he ate?
Not that kind of sense, because he didn't soil himself with anything celestial, undead, aberrant, or fey. I'll give you that much.
Darn it!
There's nothing celestial about his dookie.
You smell it.
You do have a very good sense of smell. That is true.
I just wanted to be like, just stare at him and be like, "We change your diet."
Oh no.
God.
Okay, I need to roll 4 of these. All right. So, my God. All right. So, as the next series of thugs continue to try to attack you, Radius, 8 shots, all of them miss.
Hell yeah, and that's not
All of
even what
them
we should.
don't hit.
They're not. I mean, yeah. Oh, it's a 14. I thought it was a 15.
No, it's
14?
14. My base.
I
is
rolled
14.
2 14s.
I would have shielded anyway.
Okay, then go ahead and knock that spell slot
Yeah.
off. But you do have to use shield. But yeah, 2 14s. All 8 of them miss you. Nero, you can very clearly see that there is still combat happening on the deck, but your comrade just also obliterated a man who was surrendering. So it's up to you what you do.
War
your turn.
crimes, you know.
Nero's just gonna shake his head and just focus on the guys on the deck.
Okay.
Just gonna keep it ringing.
All right, on the one that you guys have been beaten up,
Yeah, that one.
that is a 12. Go ahead and roll me damage.
2d12. Wait, did he take damage?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
that's the one that you've been beaten up that you guys could see, because he was kind of near the bow.
Holy
9 points.
So good.
9. Do you know how many hit points he had?
8.
8.
Hell yeah.
He had 8 hit points. Another inaudible bell, just the general kind of feeling of vibrations in the air around you that you guys have, associated with Nero in the past. Like I said, you're not like a party per se, but you're friends who go on adventures together occasionally as work demands. But this one, who has been kind of leading this charge against you since his leader was destroyed in the first round of combat, is now dead. Anything else you want to do, Nero?
Nope.
All right. It's going to be 2 more thugs. Let's see if they are going to need to kind of run down to get past where the sails are.
I mean, we've already won the battle. They just don't.
They really don't know it, because at this point the only thing that they've heard the sounds, but the whole city is in turmoil right now. There are cries of civilians through all of the docks. I just didn't want to litter the docks with 1,000,000 tokens, but they are packed with people, except for your peer.
This is a fucking nightmare over here.
This
Well, I
is
mean, like, listen, we have a gelatinous bear creature.
yeah, they don't want anything to do with it.
Killed a couple people. We have a dude who just has like guns firing down at these guys, and then Toll of the Dead. They don't know they've lost yet.
No, there's one person who knows he's lost. This guy right here. He knows. He understands.
Toll of the Dead is so good. God.
2 more thugs release their 4 crossbow quarrels at you. These magical bolts of, well, they're not even magical because they're not really +1, but they're bolts of refined metals. 2 more blocks from your shield and 2 more misses. Nothing can break through that barrier, not without that advantage. Kill, it's your turn.
All right, well, he'll 5 feet over here and kind of like lean onto the ship, and then how tall is the ship from the dock right here?
It's about, let's see. Ooh, I know how I can tell. I can look at the map of the various layers of the deck and tell how far it goes into the water. Where's the map for the Moonweaver? Guys, did I break something?
Did you break?
There it is. It's because it's not the Moonweaver, it's the Moon Dancer. It's about 30 feet ish.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We can get onto the deck.
Roll me an athletics check. It's just, levels of success type thing. Okay, good. You managed to not cause too much structural damage to the outside, the wooden planks and metal struts that build the hull of the ship. Pull yourself and your 2 companions up onto the deck. You can now see the group of thugs and flying
Well,
Astrolf.
As soon as we get up here, he's just gonna claw and bite this guy.
Go for it.
Well, that's not one, so no dice there.
That does hit.
14 slashing.
Ooh. Ouch. As you pull yourself onto the deck and spin and bite out, there's a little bit of a tug from your back as one of your 2 riders kind of pulls you off balance, just enough for the thug to be able to dance out of the way. And as he steps back and is taking in the situation of a massive gummy bear that just pulled itself up onto the deck, you swipe out at him, slashing across his chest and drawing blood. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right. Radius, it's your turn. So this guy's running. He failed his really early. He's just trying to get out of the water.
I am. You know what? I'm gonna use a level 3 magic missile. Which one was the one that hit me the most?
I don't know.
Um,
I roll them all at once, man.
let's do it on this guy.
Got it.
How many is that?
5d4 plus 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Those are some fire magic missiles. 14 points of damage. All right. From your, you cast everything out of the firearm, right?
Yeah, you just see me wave the pistol in front of me, and then just like these darts, and they just all just shoot out.
Like a cluster missile that just erupts out and he staggers back onto the steps, plants his foot behind him. Anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna fly up to the top of this, and I'm just like hovering above it,
Okay.
and I'll
All
just
right.
stay there, and I'll be all like, and I just like twirl my pistol in my hand, be all like, hee.
Sounds good. This one goes back to Elena, as you told him to, and kind of just stands next to her sheepishly and goes, "Sorry, ma'am."
I'm sorry.
Osmo, it's your turn.
I'm going to jump onto this guy right here and grapple him.
Give me an athletics check.
Darn.
Why do I keep like, I need one character sheet and I keep losing it.
And that's an action, right?
It's one of your attack actions. So
okay,
since
cool.
you have extra attack, you can use one to grapple. And I will say he rolled a natural 1 on his grapple. So you
Yeah.
leap off kill and you grapple onto him, holding him by the shoulders. What would you like to do?
Actually, I'm holding him around his neck with my tail, and I'm just gonna bash him with my sword.
Go for it.
Just because I have a tail and I think that's funny.
That does hit. For 20 points of damage.
Oh, no. Because that was...
Oh, no smite. Okay.
Actually, screw it! Smite it!
Get smoked.
I need to not choose your token. Okay, so you are doing the smite with it?
Yeah.
Then
Why
you
not?
leap off of Kill's bear form, wrap your tail around the thug, plant your feet on his shoulders, and swing down with your short greatsword, cleaving through the top of his skull with a bear's roar. He falls dead under your feet.
Cool. I'm gonna like jump off him and back onto the.
Okay. All right. So it's gonna be Cosmo's turn. Next one. That guy's dead.
Can I just say I love being a small creature.
It's a lot of fun, man. That's why I
Yeah.
like Rog so much. It's entertaining. Just there's something-
Acrobatics and all of
Yeah.
that in combat, because either that or you're swinging at their shins.
All right. This guy's gonna shoot at the monkey that just showed up and obliterated his buddy. 18 to hit on the first one.
Oh, yeah, that meets.
All right. So you take 5 piercing damage from the first bolt. The second one misses with a 14 to hit. But he kind of looks and starts trying to take in the deck. He's going to step over and peer down, actually seeing what's gone down. It's going to be his turn, but he might be second guessing his decisions in life. This guy is... Ooh. Yeah, he's going to go after the big gummy bear.
Bring it.
There's a 19 and a 10.
Which just translates to the 19 hits.
Another 3 bludgeoning damage as his mace into the exterior form of Kill's bear shape. This guy is dead. Nero, it is your turn.
Well, seeing that guy just swing at my boy, this dude's gonna catch a mace swing to the face.
All right. You do have to get a little bit closer, so you'd have to get either here. I guess
Oh.
it really doesn't matter which of the quadrants of kill you're sitting on.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Him in the face. Quick.
Hell yeah. Oh no. Yeah, unfortunately, you swing out with the mace, and he gets down and out of the way of it just in time. Anything else you want to do in bonus action?
No.
Right. Next is going to be, let's see, these 2 thugs. And shooting at you, but you're kind of far away now and out of the range of their. I mean, it's fine. They're just going to go after the monkey instead. It's a 20 and an 18 from the first one. And a 14 and a 12 from the second. So as the first of the 2 thugs down here level their crossbows at you, Cosmo, you two get past your armor and sink, not deep, but into your torso. You take a total of 6 points of piercing damage. The next 2 just ricochet off of your armor, unable to land a blow.
Cosmo's just gonna look at them and be like, weak.
Hill, it's your turn.
Alright, well, try to bite this man.
That does bite.
So 9 on the bite.
9, got it. And it does hit.
And 10
10.
on claw.
Got it. You bite in. As you release your jaws, he kind of like pulls himself away, looking very haggard. And then as he's trying to take in the situation, just across the face, the deep gelatinous claws into his cheek, feeling the bone and musculature below. That man dead.
Hell yeah, then we'll...
Rundle. I think that's what bears do.
I can get about right here.
the 3 on the deck are kind of like starting to look at each other questioningly. This man, he's no longer part of the battle. He's kind of like, actually, yeah, you can all pretty easily tell that he's just trying to blend in with with the crowd, and from up here, at your vantage point radius, you can see his weapons floating in the water. He has given up. He's just trying to leave. This guy, he's also given up, so we'll go ahead and take him out. Cosmo, it's your turn.
Cosmo's gonna attack this guy twice. No smite.
Okay. No smites.
I'm saving healing just in case for after the battle.
Yes. 13 hits, 19 hits. Minus 27. God, even at level. Yeesh. I love great swords. All right.
Look,
You
hearing that a 13 hits, dude. Level 5 is so nice.
right? You swing out twice, woo, woo, carving pretty decent gashes into his flesh, cutting through the armor and the kind of like. It's just SpellJammer gear. It's just this kind of default arrangement of things that can help protect against the perils that you encounter in wild space. But he is still on his feet. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna stare at him. I go, I'm like Zora. I carve mark of C in you.
He's. Let's see. I don't even know if they're gonna have enough.
It's funny because they don't know what Zoro is.
No, they don't. He just spits blood at you. And then this one's going to try to shoot you with his crossbow. 'Cause his turn, and you're kind of like drawing attention to yourself. But that's a 14 and a 16 with advantage. Neither one hits. Nero, it's your turn. He is going to kind of back up the deck, though. You're a little close, and he doesn't have to worry about attacks of opportunity. What you want to do, Nero?
Oh, analyzing that my physical attacks aren't doing too hot, I'm gonna just keep it going with magic.
All right.
So, Figure Fly.
Okay. On the one in front of you?
Yep.
All right. It is a 14 on his dex save. Reach out, and a spark of radiant light forms and blasts him in the face. He staggers back, eyes momentarily blinded. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. This one is going to swing at Cosmo with his mace. That is a 23 and a 23.
Jeez.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage from both attacks. Just
They really don't like monkeys, do they?
the other one doesn't have advantage because he's attacking Nero. That's a 12 and a 9. I don't think those hit you.
Negative.
Swings out. The first one glancing off your armor. The second one, you pull yourself back over, kills large bear gelatinous form. They got kill. It's your turn.
All right, well, I'm gonna bite that one. Cosmos hit you first.
Hell yeah.
So
11
12.
hits.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
12 hits.
So,
Yeah.
8.
That does enough damage to kill him as he finishes his mace attack into Cosmo and kind of like tries to catch his breath. You bite into his torso and he falls to the ground dead.
He's just Kill's just gonna hold him, just toss him aside as he's turning because he's gonna swing the claw attack at the one that Nero was attacking.
Gotcha. 15 hits.
So 10 slashing.
Hell yeah. Toss the corpse of the first thug off to the side as you turn, and with that momentum through his armor, another gout of blood. Anything else?
Nope.
Right. Radius, your turn.
I'm gonna fly over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot.
All right. The one that's trying to get distance.
No, the
This
one.
one, or okay, this one. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, this one's also running?
Well, I mean, he's just trying to back away, but he hasn't dropped his weapon. He's keeping his eyes on you, but he is kind of just keeping distance.
No, just on this one. 'cause he's
Okay.
attacking friends.
15 hits. All right. Bolt of moonlight energy down from the top of the aft sail. trickle of blood out of his nose as he's recovering from the slash from Kill's bear form. He's still on his feet, though. Anything else you want to do?
How much did I move? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Cosmo.
Because I don't have range, I'm just gonna hit this guy.
I feel that. And 11 hits.
Jeez.
Go ahead, roll me damage for the 11. Yeah, the 11 kills him, because he had 6 hit points. So you slash out, and even though the blade twists just a little bit wrong in your hands, it still manages to connect, carving through him. His body twists as the blade cuts through his neck, and he falls dead to the deck.
Can Cosmo yell at this guy? Be like, "Now you drop weapon and join us. I need personal shift."
Roll me an intimidation with disadvantage. Because you did just murder his buddy, but you're also a ridiculous little monkey. Okay, hold on.
I like how you're also a ridiculous little monkey.
He just sneers at you. You'll pay for what you did here, Hadoshi.
No, I keep money. I buy shoes.
Seeing the situation though, he gonna jump over deck.
Okay,
He's
bye.
just like, I swear you'll all pay. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's doing. He's vowing vengeance and running away. 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, he's just gonna yeet himself right off the aft.
Now here's the question: do we want to let him get away? Because I can go in there and fucking murder him. I can become a giant octopus.
I can do a thing too.
You know,
He's not
I
on
will-
ship now.
I think we shouldn't let him get away, but I definitely want to see the octopus.
All right, then we'll stay in initiative. Nero, it's your turn. Oh man, it's always a great time with you guys.
Ain't it?
What would you like to do, Nero?
Where's 30 feet?
You are on the deck, so it'd be 10, 20. You can get up to like here, just the top of the stairs is 30 feet.
And shit, he's farther than 60, isn't he?
It's about 30 feet down. Yeah, he's probably like 75-ish feet diagonally away from you.
Fuck.
And you also can't really see him because you're on the aft, so the angle of sight kind of goes through the whole aft of the ship.
Ah, well,
It's because we're
I tried.
Anything else you want to do? Did you want to dash?
Nope.
Or any other spells? Okay. Then it is Keel's turn.
All right, well, Kill's gonna move this way, and then as he's going over the edge, you just see like the mass of his body recongeal into like just an orb of slime, and as he's falling, the silhouette of a giant octopus forms as he uses his second wild shape, and he just hits the water. Because that's a bonus action. He's gonna dash and.
You can get under the ship easy. Like, just swimming underneath. Cosmo, are you hanging on through all of this?
Absolutely.
Give me a athletics check. Okay. It was
So-
10, so you...
Dash and he's got 120 swim speed, so I'm pretty sure I can catch up to him.
Yeah, you can catch up to him. Shoop.
May have to shoot it into the giant octopus.
Yes. That gives you all of your hit points back too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it gives me more because it's got more HP
He's
than
beefier.
the bear does.
Yeah, and it'd be hilarious if even Kill had more hit points than everybody. But yeah, uses your action to get up onto him though, right? And your bonus action change. So okay. As you move towards the edge, Cosmo, you've worked with Kill in the past, so you know what's probably going to happen. You grab onto the gelatinous form and hold on with your monkey toes and tail as best you can as he leaps over the edge, recoalesces into his gelatinous form, and then tentacles sprout, and he takes on the shape of an octopus. You maintain your grip as he hits the water and pulls you underwater to here. But that is the end of Kill's turn. Radius, it's your turn. They just fucked up your plan. Yep.
Starlight stab.
He is about 100 feet below you because you were up above the sails. So you're about 100 feet over the water right now.
Oh, I don't have what I was thinking. Should I just do it anyway? Do it
It's up to you. It's all up to you, man.
Because you said I'm 100.
Mm-hmm. They're near the surface of the water. He was on the surface. I'd say Kill and Cosmo are probably about 5 to 10 feet under the surface of the water, but they're right there next to him. Cosmo's probably got his head up out of the water at this point, or he's reaching, getting ready to swing wildly with monkey fury.
You can see like 2 or 3 of Kill's translucent tentacles holding him up, so that he's got the perfect angle to swing the greatsword down on the guy.
He's swimming up
Teamwork.
with his feet, and he's got the greatsword in his tail.
What you doing, Radius?
Cosmos, how are you feeling?
I've got 10 health.
I've got 10 health.
Oh, I can't do my thing.
What I was gonna say is, Radius, roll me a perception check because you're 100 feet away.
True. Let's see. Oh no, he looks
You
fine
can-
to me.
He just looks like a wet monkey. That's just a wet monkey. You're kind of looking down. You're like, your nose kind of turns up because you know what that smells like. You've been in that room before, and you're not looking forward to having to share a SpellJammer with him. Come on, what you doing?
It smells like
Roll
bananas.
Wisdom to GM.
Okay.
I want to see.
It's gonna be pretty decent. Well, nope. Nope. Do it. It's gonna be hilarious.
I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. I need a dexterity save from the giant octopus. From it's perfect too. Oh my god! Even if octopus, Cosmo, and I need.
I think you're probably gonna have to rig up all
Whoa!
the all the sheets the same, unfortunately.
Yeah, I am. I'll have to go in and fix it. It. I will make a call. I'm. Let me see. Always whisper. I'm gonna do this whisper toggle so that they just look like ear sheets. Okay. All right, and then I need to roll one for the bad guy. Oh, he also rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god.
So it's 2 natural 20s on your first fireball save.
And then that one.
And a natural 1 is perfect. As you're lifting Cosmo up out of the water, Kill, above you, 100 feet or so, this ball of reddish light coalesces at the front of Radius's pistol, and then in a straight line and rapidly zooms down towards the surface of the water, towards the thug that you are pursuing. As it does, he dives under the water and takes half damage. Unfortunately, so does Cosmo. As Cosmo, you see the beam of light coming down, and this fireball, and you dive as best you can into the water. You do take 10 points of damage.
Ooh. Cosmo looks at Kill and go, I don't feel so good, Mr. Kill.
Cosmo falls unconscious in the water. Kill, you still have him in your octopus tentacles. Kill, you take 20 points of damage in
Oh,
your
that,
octopus
that,
form.
that ain't even like.
No, I
That's-
didn't roll that
That's
great.
only. Yeah, that's only like maybe a third because he's got over 50 HP as a giant octopus.
You
Okay.
just needed to roll one lower, and Cosmo would have survived it.
No.
But oh my God, Cosmo, give me a death saving roll. First of the game. First game.
Yay!
Oh,
Oh
no!
my god!
You're really not feeling good. Fireball goes off. Oh boy, how smart. No. He gonna disengage and swim away.
I mean, he could try.
Yeah,
He's getting old college try because I found out that the giant octopus can dash as a bonus action in the water.
Oh, okay. I mean, all he knows is that you're now holding your buddy's unconscious
Yeah.
body, so he's like, man, maybe he won't chase me if I just sort of like slip away and swim, and I have to make the map just a little bit wider. But that's all he's got.
So the Earth is flat.
No, Nero, it is your turn. You just watch the ocean kind of explode. There, 2, 3. It's 20-foot radius, right?
The fireball?
Mm-hmm.
It is, yes,
Oh,
20 radius.
bunch of dead fish floating around now too.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of dead fish on the surface. Roll me an intelligence check.
Me? Oh,
Because until I know how your characters default do, we kind of have to test these things as they happen.
not me.
No, you. Yeah. Intelligence check from Radius. Sorry. Yes. My bad. Okay. You were able to aim it well enough that the fireball would not have damaged the ship.
Okay, yeah.
That was what I was considering. But it's all good. Nero, it is your turn now.
Is he muted? Oh, he's not muted.
No. I think he's
What's
just...
up? Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm here.
I exploded our monkey friend, and now he's just a wet noodle.
Yeah, he is.
Oh god. God damn it.
You can look down and see Octopus Kill kind of holding... He's sort of like cradling the body of Cosmo slightly, but also seems to be moving after the thug that is swimming away with great haste.
Wait, is he unconscious or dead?
He's unconscious. He just went down. Okay,
Yeah,
spare the dying. Alright, so you stabilize Cosmo as a bonus action, because you can do it as a bonus action, and that still leaves you your action, and you can cast a leveled spell with that if you'd like, because it's just a cantrip.
I don't have anything that'll reach that dude.
Guiding bolts, it's 120.
Oh, okay.
You could also heal Cosmo.
Well, Cosmo, you don't have one hit point, you're just stabilized, so you're not rolling
Oh.
death saves anymore.
Oh, wait.
But
Well, like the only like range spell that he would have would be Healing Word and Mass Healing Word, and those are bonus actions.
But you wouldn't be able to guiding bolt with that because it's a leveled spell.
But he already used his bonus action.
Right. Yeah. So, guiding bolt hits. Go ahead, roll me damage.
Use it at level 2, because fuck it.
Hell yeah. 19. Okay. This bolt of radiant energy soars out from the aft of the ship, below you, Radius, and above you, Kill, over the ocean and into the back of the thug as he's fleeing. He is still alive and is now glowing brightly in the water like a beacon. Anything else you want to do, Nero?
Nope.
Okay, that brings us to Kill.
Alright, well, I can't move the octopus, so I'm gonna need you to just put it right here.
How did I gave you a thought? Okay. All right, you are there.
Alright, then I'm gonna tentacle him. You might. I think it's already at advantage still, so that works.
See, I don't know why you didn't get this one assigned to you. It's also not the right one, but I'll give you that one for right now and fix it later. Tentacle. Yep, that hits for 6 bludgeoning. Okay, you 7, right? 7.
And now he's got to make a check or get grappled, and if he gets grappled, I'm holding him underwater.
Well, he had 3 hit points, so as you swing out with your flurry of tentacles, they just into him, and his body goes limp and floats into the water before just gently sinking down into the freshwater ocean of Altera. And with that, we are now out of initiative.
Luckily, you're a slime octopus because I don't know how that would work with a real octopus.
So,
Skedaddle back to the boat.
carrying.
Get our boy back. Yeah, get our boy back up there so that they can do, some actual first aid.
I'm like, I have like tears in my eyes, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I didn't think he looked fine to me.
You guys are just hearing like splashes as the captain makes her way up onto the deck. The one thug who gave up and managed to survive this in tow.
Personal chef.
Well, actually, Ken, the greatest thing about Grave Clerics is that when someone's unconscious, your healing is always max. So you don't even need to roll for Healing Word. You need to roll for everybody else, but Cosmo actually gets 8. Everybody else gets 6.
Yay.
Because Cosmo is at 0, and so he just gets the full die.
Yay.
But,
Hooray.
all right, let me see. Into...
Cosmo's just gonna wake up and be like, oh, that's it.
1d4 plus 4?
For what?
Or what?
You say I had to roll for everyone else.
No. So
rolled mass healing word, but since
Oh.
Cosmo was unconscious as a grave
It's
cleric,
max for him.
yeah, any healing done to an unconscious ally is max.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just reading the... that's it. As you guys are getting Cosmo back up and running, you hear the familiar voice of the captain climbing up onto the deck. Flapjack! Flapjack, are you alright? Flapjack, where'd you... They didn't hurt you, did they? She pulls herself up onto the deck. Starts making her way towards, like, the main cabin at the aft of the ship. What do you guys do?
Cosmo's gonna go find his guy.
Okay, he's kind of like following her closely, and as you step into his view, he stops, and then just like raises one hand. Sir?
How good at cooking are you?
Not great. Not particularly great. Why?
Crap. What you good at?
He kind of like points up. I can sail. You
Okay, you sailed now.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. I will do my best. I will prove to you that you didn't make a mistake. And he goes and starts like... He basically picks up where they left off. He's securing cargo. He's making room. He's just being a ship hand. And by making room, I mean he starts moving around to dump his friends' bodies off of the deck so that you don't have to deal with that.
What's your name?
Let's see.
I'm just
Give
like,
me a name generator.
floating
This is why I want
in my
friends.
broom.
I'm Alid. What's your name, sir? Or should I just call you sir?
Hey, Cosmo. This is friend group.
Oh, okay. Sir Cosmo, got it. Okay. And he starts like picking up this guy's body and throwing him over the ledge. The captain steps into the quarters beneath the main aft deck and stops shouting. What is the rest of you doing as Cosmo secures his servant?
That was an accordion slip, I'm pretty sure.
As a
Game
DM,
what
I
we
say these things
do.
important.
Got a slave. Oh, man.
So, what you guys doing?
I just
Cosmo's
start,
just watching.
I start poking the octopus. Are you gonna stay a gummy puss for this long?
It kind of like reaches into himself with the tentacles to point at the currently digesting body, like I'm eating.
Alright.
But he can't talk because he's an octopus. So
I'm eating.
No, don't disturb me. I'm eating.
Cosmo's gonna climb on Radius and sit on his shoulders and just start picking bugs out of his hair and eating them, if there
Alright.
are any.
What about you, Nero? What are you up to after the fight and bringing consciousness back to your comrade? This deck is also, this part of it is, it's flat. These slits are pretty. It's a large cargo hold essentially. This room up here on top. So like you can look down and see that the deck here. Sorry, I'm on the wrong. The deck down here is the same height as the deck at the bottom of the floor in here. This is just used for like large crate storage, or if they need to have any sort of large beast placed under in the ship's hold.
Where's the wheel?
There isn't one. You would know that spelljammers don't really use a standard wheel. They use a spelljammer. But Nero, what are you up to?
I guess I'm just watching everyone clean up, and I guess I'll just hang out until we get ready to go.
All right. Well, as you guys let the adrenaline of the battle wear off, eventually Captain Sartell does step back out and goes, okay, well, it looks like they didn't want to mess with Flapjack, so we're good to sail off, but a lot of people need our help. So, and she kind of looks around and sees the one thug that's like picking up his buddy's body and carrying it over to the water. And okay, good, he's already on that. I'm gonna go start letting some of the civilians know that it's safe to board, and then we can get out of here as quickly as possible. Does that sound? Yeah. I don't really care what you have to think. And she just climbs down the ladder.
I take my pistol and I just fired it into the air, casting Prestidigitation, just to give like like a sign, like come over here and it'll be safe and things like that.
It does get their attention and helps to kind of like draw the crowd from this like bubbling, pushing mass of chaos just pushing itself on. It kind of stops it all for just a moment, long enough for Captain Sartell to get their attention and pretty much lay out the situation that they can only hold 60 people on the Spelljammer. There's only enough. Well, air is not necessarily the problem, but there's only enough space to have that many in the underdecks. They can drop cargo, but maybe get it up to 70. So the people start trying to determine who's going to be able to actually leave, all of which takes probably about 15-20 minutes for them to decide, which they decide on elderly, children, people that couldn't defend themselves or find their way out, and the rest stay behind to try to fend off whatever this phenomenon is. The entire time, the astral blights, you've been able to see them, especially you, Radius, from up in the air, have been just terrorizing through the city streets. Most of the docks has been just this mass of people that they haven't been able to get through, except for like the back lines. But it's getting pretty brutal out there. Is there anything that you guys do while they load up the civilians onto the ship?
How long is it gonna be? Like rough estimate time wise.
Half an hour, ish.
Then I'll just keeping an eye out because the giant octopus out of water can hold its breath for an hour. So once that hour hits, Kill will probably go back to regular form, and that should give the body plenty of time to get broken down.
I
Okay.
just yell out to him, and I'm just like, "Hey, you want to pick up the dead fish that I boiled?" Just so we
Right.
can
Well,
have some food.
you guys.
When you say food, he just points at the body in him again.
And I'm just like, "No, the fish, and I'm just pointing to the dead fish that are just floating.
Yeah, they might not be. Okay. All right. Well, I need to use the bathroom real quick, and then we will pick up with the next leg
Okay.
when I get back. So we'll take 5, and yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. I just realized I could have used my How to Say Resilience to survive that.
I'm so
Fireball.
sorry.
Oh no, I didn't. You could have. What? Oh
Yeah,
no.
I forgot about it too. Don't worry.
It's all good. I mean, there was no long-term ramifications.
Oh. You would have survived with like,
Reduce the.
what?
You just need. Yeah, you needed to just roll a 1, which you could have. So, ugh.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
that was funny.
Well, this is why, dude. Hindsight, it gets every fucking time.
I know.
Yep.
Well, now we know for future, so that the next time he fireballs,
Mhm.
easy.
The spell I was hoping to use was lightning bolt, but I didn't pick it up. So I'm just a dummy.
Would that have like supercharged the water though?
It would have, so it would have.
Hit
It
us
still would have
anyway.
hit all 3
I
of
mean,
you.
Yeah, we were gonna get hit regardless. It sounds like he has a complete disregard for his friends. Is what I'm hearing.
No, that's not true.
It's fine.
Though I just realized that I need to re-edit my subclass because thinking it through, like as the subclass gets to higher levels, the pistol becomes like a +1 and a +2 later on, and I was just like, it's already a magic weapon. Why am I doing +1s and +2s? So my idea is that it was going to just add in like an additional like either a d6 or a d8 to the damage type. So I'm just brainstorming now. But
I mean, I think the +1s and +2s are a good call because adding to plus hit is always good, especially if you're gonna be trying to shoot people with it.
Yeah. I'll think about it on it more.
Because you got a +6 right now.
Because it uses, how I put it is that it uses intelligence. So
Yeah,
not my
I
spell
know.
attack, it's just my intelligence.
Your intelligence should be your spell attack.
Yeah, it should be the same because it's your spell attack modifier is just your intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
I'm just
Yeah.
horrible with words and numbers. I have a 7 from my spell attack because I took the Arcane Grimoire.
Ah, yeah, you do have that, which makes sense as to why it wouldn't affect your.
Yeah.
Because
Which-
I wanted to keep it
Which also would make sense.
balanced.
Like, that +1 would work for your gun, like you were talking about originally.
Mm-hmm.
That way you get that bonus to actually shooting it too.
So should I change it to spell attack then? I don't know, Cade, what do you think?
I don't really. It's up to you. I mean, I don't think the aiming and firing of the pistol really has to do with your spell attack modifier, especially because that +1 is coming from the grimoire itself, which isn't being interacted with during the firing of the pistol, just when you're casting the spells and stuff.
Then yeah, I'll just keep it intelligence.
See.
As the people crowded, Cosmo's gonna put on his cloak and go like,
Oh my god.
They kind of look at the bloodied monkey, and there are other Hadozi here as well. You could see them jumping between the other longships, working the sails. The other ship that is One of the ships has now left. The other one that is still here is still getting rigged and ready to go. Doesn't seem like Captain Sartell has a crew, but the one guy that you have managed to persuade to your side is handling the essentials. Let's see.
It all starts with one man. Then I amass an army.
They roll me a charisma check. Just give me a charisma check. As the 60 some odd. Oh my god, you keep rolling so well with the charisma checks.
I'm a paladin.
They're confused, but they also know that you just kind of secured this and made it a possibility. So they're kind of just like, yeah, okay, all right, thank you. But you're also still bloodied, and you look like you had 3 rounds with the bear. So,
but I was 3 rounds on the bear.
About half an hour passes while they get everyone into the underdecks, into safe, secure areas before Elena alerts you that they are ready to leave. The entire time, the vine that ripped itself out of the ground, punched towards the sky, has been slowly growing larger. Its initial growth happened in a matter of moments, hundreds or so feet into the air, and then it slowed to this kind of like twisting growth that you could see from this distance. Let me see, where is the end of chapter 1's? There it is, wrapping up. So, as the crystalline vine coils upward, scraping the sky, from the harbor you can see similar vines from the settlement having burst out of the world and reaching skyward. As the moon dancer clears out of the harbor and makes its way out into the ocean, Captain Sartell stamps her boot hard on the deck and goes, "Flapjack, take us up!" Suddenly, the galleon lists and creaks as it rises out of the water and into the air. The world falls away beneath you as the moon dancer flies through the clouds and into the starry abyss of night.
I'll just land off my broom.
Cosmo's gonna turn to everybody and be like, "What is Flapjack?"
Oh, Flapjack's the pilot. He's kind of the one that, steers the ship.
Okay.
Cool.
If you want, she'll introduce him to you.
Okay.
All right. She leads you back into the under cabin chamber in the back, and into a small hallway. And on the right is what looks to be just like a cabin door. As she opens it, you see a strange sight. It is a floating, almost egg-like chair with a jellyfish-like creature sitting in it. You've seen these creatures before. Roll me a nature check.
There's no sure there.
You know that these guys can pilot the ships, but you don't really know what it is. For everyone out of game, above table, it's a flump. Sits in what seems to be a massive chair. Hold on, I've got a picture. He wears a tricorn pirate hat with a feather on it. This is Flapjack. He is your pilot.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And he, like I said, he's sitting kind of gently resting in this ovoid egg-like chair that is just humming ever so gently. He turns and goes, "We shall be reaching the outer extents of the atmosphere within about a minute, Captain. Oh, hi. Were you one of the ones that helped us earlier?"
Yes. I'm Cosmo. I'm Monkey.
"Nice to meet you." And he extends one of his tentacles. "I'm Flapjack."
Nice to meet you. And Cosmo shakes his hand with both hands because he's probably very small
Probably, yeah.
compared to.
Well, if you've never been to wild space, you should get up on the deck. It's truly something to see. We've probably got, where are we heading again? And he turns and Captain Sartell goes, "The Rock of Brawl. We need to make our way there quickly once we're free." Rock of Brawl. Got it. Okay, well, we'll have to leave. We'll have to leave Altera space And go into Astral Sea. Oh boy. I'll let you know when we're getting close. And she just nods and goes, thank you for all your help, Flapjack. All right, well. And leads you back out to the deck. That's Flapjack.
Flapjack is very nice.
Yes, he's a very helpful creature. I am having so much trouble resizing things in Roll20. All right. Standing on the deck of the Moondancer, as it leaves the atmosphere, you don't feel G-forces. You don't feel inertia. It's kind of like being on a ship, honestly, in the ocean. There's tiny little bits of list and tilt and a little bit of like almost a backwards tug towards the back of the ship as it propels itself forward, but nothing that you can't just stand against, even though you are standing at an almost 45-degree angle. You know, you look backwards over your shoulder and the ground is just flat beneath you as you are ascending. As you punch through the outer limits of the atmosphere, the air pocket around, the air envelope around the ship maintains itself. You all can breathe on the deck, as you're familiar with, as you've traveled in wild space before. Standing on the deck, you see scores of crystalline vines erupting from the surface of Altera, some of the vines reaching high enough to break through the clouds themselves. You find yourself sailing through a void filled with colorful gases and blinking stars. A school of space-dwelling fish swims past the ship on the starboard side. Welcome to wild space, says Captain Sartell, sweeping her arms wide. That was a close thing down there. Blast if I know what those vines are or how to get rid of them, but somebody at the Rock of Brawl might.
That would definitely be helpful.
Yes, well, it'll take us 2 or 3 days travel to reach there. Probably got safe 2 or 3 hours until we're at the edge of wild space and have to make our way into the Astral Sea, so if you want, there is room in the galley. There's not much room to sleep. The bunks are all going to be very tight, and she kind of looks over your group, but it doesn't look like you take up much space under normal conditions, at least, and she looks over at Kill. Please make yourselves, at home if you wish to help and have experience sailing. I'm sure we could put you to work. Otherwise, I will let you know when we've arrived. And with that, I'm going to put us on. So this is the blueprint of the Moondancer that got included with the ship or with the book. It's a little different than the one that was on the other map because the other map was, yeah. I don't know why there are a bunch of mules. I guess there's a reason there are a bunch of mules in there. But so this was the hallway that you just went down.
I have a
I can't see anything. It's just black. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just black. Okay.
I thought it was loading.
What is going on then? It's hold on. Dynamic. Oh, because why do you have dynamic lighting on a blueprint map? Can you guys see it now?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys are currently on the main deck of the ship. Captain Sartell had just led you down in this hallway. This is the room that has Flapjack's quarters in it. The commoners are all in either the they're in the underdeck here. The cargo deck. The steerage deck has a bunch of livestock and stuff that were being transported or carried. Captain Sartell will inform you guys that she was a merchant sailor, essentially. She travels between the Rock of Brawl and Altera, providing resources and commerce. So during the travels, is there anything you guys wish to do? You've got probably a few hours till we're at the edge of wild space and make our trek into the Astral Sea.
I think Cosmo's gonna go take a nap.
There's not a lot of room, but it's easy to find a comfy place for a 22-inch capuchin monkey to curl up and rest. So you guys have plenty of time if you want to take a short rest. You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, roll hit dice. If there's anything you want to do during that time, you can. Otherwise, we will move to the next thing.
Ooh, I went too far.
Are there any like cool space animals we can see?
I mean, there's a plethora of weird space traveling, like they're almost like fish, except they don't conform to your standard idea of fish. The fins aren't like on the sides and top because there's no need to propel in a vertical way through this space. They kind of like spin with this almost jellyfish-like form as they twist through the cosmos, dipping in and out of dust pockets and clouds of colorful gases that have formed here within the Altera space. And you guys, you're moving fast. Like as you get out of the atmosphere, you can watch as the planet gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it's nothing but just like a pale dot right off the rear of the aft of the ship. Roll me a perception check.
I'm gonna use my harness divinity or harness divine power to gain my spell slot for my level 2.
Got it. All right.
Actually, wait, my level 1 because I don't think I can get a level 2.
Let me see, because I think I know what you're looking for. Let me see if there's anything I can get you in particular. You guys are drifting. Okay. Alright. It's from a while ago, but I dig it. As you're kind of watching the animals from the deck kill, and you're just taking in you've seen wild space before. You haven't been out here in 5 years or so, but this is, where you came from as you traveled through here to get to Altera, and it's always beautiful. There's always just something strange and unusual, and in the distance you can see what looks like a solid form twisting through these nebulous clouds of vapor, this long serpent carving its way through the air, and you would know that that was a space drake.
Whoa.
And from the distance that you are from it, this one seemed to be anywhere from 150 to 250 feet long. About maybe twice the size of the ship, like the length of the ship as it twisted and twirled through the clouds.
Fucking cool.
Anything else anyone wants to do? All right.
Mm,
Not really.
Sounds good. Well, you guys managed to conclude your short rests. You're able to bandage your wounds and regain your fighting vigor. About 2 or 3 hours into travel, the ship slows as another vessel comes into view, approaching the Moon Dancer from astern. The pursuing vessel looks like a giant moth with wings made of iridescent crystal, similar in color and luster to the crystalline vines that ravaged your world. You could just make out figures on the other vessel's deck scramble to arm the ship's mangonel. Astral elves, curses Captain Sartell, and they don't look like the friendly kind like you. Best ready yourselves for a fight. As the ship draws closer, we are now going into ship combat. So,
Oh, shit.
I don't really,
Similar to,
like, let's see, do they give me, go for it?
Is this similar to how we did it with?
the maneuvers and shit.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
Don't sound so disappointed.
I mean, so like space combat was one of the things a lot of people were really looking for in this book, and it is a little bit less complicated, yeah, than it could have been. They kind of dumbed it down pretty much, but we're still gonna have fun with it. I just need to kind of get this,
Drive
I
us
think.
close. We can hit it with our swords.
Yeah, I mean, essentially that's what it boils down to. It even says in the book that for player characters, it's better to use your own abilities and fight with your spells and ranged abilities from the deck of the ships than to use the ship's weaponry itself. The ship does have weapons. It has two let's see, what are they called on it? It has two ballistae, but they have to be crewed by 3 people each. And then there is a broken mangonel that requires 5 people to crew it in order to use it effectively.
So I'm guessing we count as, or the small people count as like a half a person in that.
No, you're one. You're just one.
Ooh, also, do I get lay on hands back every short rest or
Long rest.
It's long rest.
Okay, so no, we don't need that chapter anymore as we're moving into the next one, Attack of the Star Moth. All right. I will say, who wants to roll the initiative for your guys' side? And I'm going to give you all the character sheet in your list for the Moon Dancer. Yep, it is a space galleon. I'm still pulling up everything I need from
Man, the
this.
art for it looks so fucking sick.
It
Look
really
at that.
does.
I love it. I love it.
Is that a moon dragon? Or a lunar dragon? Alright.
Look at the fucking mind flayer heads that they have right there.
I know. I think. Oh, I was about to say. I was like, I think those are like the barnacles that ships get, and then I realized that no, those are just
No.
players that they killed and just scalped.
Now, when elves attack. So, does it tell me how far away it is?
Look at that terrifying giant thing above the ship in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a freaking deity?
Oh, I had to look. It's not the right ship. What the heck? What the hecky heck? This
Are
one.
you breaking
right?
things already?
I mean, there's just this map that they gave me for the space battle has a lot more tokens than I need.
That's great. I don't have any range.
Oops. All
Maybe
right.
for your, have you chosen your spells for your magic initiate?
No.
Well, there you go. Maybe pick up real quick. Just thumb through some potential ranged options.
Well, didn't it have to be from cleric?
Yeah,
Well,
so Sacred Flame.
Kinda,
As like the main staple of cleric.
Yeah. Yeah, you could either take it from cleric or any other cantrips. It's not really as important that it maintains
Why
from
did
the
it say
cleric.
cleric?
Oh,
Because the background of how the background is described, you came into contact with a deity, but because we built Hawk's character yesterday, I really hadn't had time to think about that aspect of it.
but can I
That
go
I
with
wish Zach
bard
didn't
stuff?
have me.
Can I go with bard stuff then?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. What were you saying, Aurora?
No, I was just apologizing for Zach and
Oh no, it's okay.
forever.
I hope he didn't like make things bad for you or complain to you about it, because like I tried to give him time, but
No, it was funny because when I, messaged him saying, I was just like, hey, do you want to run SpellJammer one shot with us this Saturday? And he was just like, yeah, cool. Can I break this one? And I was just like, hey, Jesus. So like, and then I just like kept trying to like message him saying like, hey, you can like create your character and Kay's character lab, and try and stick with the SpellJammer races. And I was just getting nothing back from him for like the entire week until like Thursday or Friday. And he was just like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I was just so busy with work. And I was just like, look, it's like really close. Like if you still want to, you still have a chance, but
Windows closing, boo.
yeah.
yeah.
But then like when everybody was just like, let's get Hawk to do it, and I was just like, all right.
Well, I mean,
I messaged him and I was just like, hey, And he was just like, it's cool, you know, work got in the way and everything. And I was just like, all right, maybe next time.
I was talking to Jita and she was just like, nah, fuck Zach. I'm just gonna see, because like Hawk or Drake, either one of them, that they're yeah. All right.
Question.
Denied.
I cannot find friendship or friends in the cantrip list.
It's not a cantrip. Friends is a first level spell.
It says it's a cantrip
Is it a
for bard. Yeah.
I thought Friends was first level.
I can't see friends at all in the spell list.
Yeah.
It's probably not listed. It's there for me.
I see
I'll
animals, friendships, friendship, and potion of animal friendship.
Weird, because I've got Friends right there. There you go.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Okay.
I figure friends is kind of awesome being a cleric with, like, or being a paladin with, like, charisma checks.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
that minute you got it going.
Right up until that minute's over. All right, so first time running ship-to-ship combat. It isn't going to be too difficult. It's just going to be like as they get closer to you. Some things that you should know. The ship moves automatically. It just moves itself in whatever direction it's facing at its movement speed. Whoever is piloting it can, without using their own action or movement, steer the ship, change its direction, move it however they want, and then still have their own movement and action. Right now, Flapjack's steering, but any arcane caster can technically pilot a Spelljammer. That's all. That's the only requirement. If a ship moves within
I'm
5...
basically the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one of the crew that could do it, but that's why the game gives you Flapjack. If a ship moves within 5 feet of another one, you can act or initiate a boarding. The ships then are basically locked together, and it becomes like crew combat on the ship itself. You can also crash your ship into another one, and it does
Oh yeah.
damage based off of how much and how hard you hit them. But aside from that, that's the details of it. So you all will still need your character sheets, as you will be able to fight normally on the deck of the ship, but we'll be doing it on this. We are all here, right? Yes, on this battle map, as we are soaring through wild space.
I would say, why does the other ship kind of look like a Klingon bird of prey?
Because it's just what they designed it like. But you all do also get your own turns on the ship itself. Because you're on the
Come
deck.
around, we have our...
You hit us with that hot 4.
I know, I hit us with the hot 4. I'm so sorry.
Let's see. Where are my... I also tried to find some like sci-fi-ish music. Why can I never find the character sheets I need?
Is it DMCA free music?
Huh?
DMCA free music?
Hell no, dude. It's layered, several deep. So some are copyrighted, some are DMA or DMCA free. That way, nothing can claim it.
Yeah.
Darn. Yeah, I got it turned down. Or turned off.
Nah, K typically gives music that doesn't fuck with stuff like that for Aurora.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
because
if
I
you
saw-
post it to YouTube, they will take it down automatically, but you just contest it with the link to where you got it from, and I can sell you that or send you that.
Sell you that.
I'll sell you that. So that I'll send that to you. I'd forgot that you were streaming as well. But it's open use. It's Creative Commons. It's as long as I'm not making money off of it, then they don't care. It just gets taken down automatically. Yeah. So each of you guys, you'll have to access your character sheets through the thing, because I don't have tokens on this space map, but I'm gonna need tokens to track. Okay, hold on. The things you have to consider.
make us like microscopic tokens beside the ship.
Well, okay, so to be fair, I expected you guys to fight the Astral Blights and then the Bandits. So I thought we were going to have another combat, and now I figured we'd stop as the Astral Elf ship kind of, got close.
Underestimate us, Cade.
I
You
thought you were more...
or narcissistic natures.
Okay, so you all have little itty bitty tokens
Yeah.
Oh, God,
down beneath
okay,
the space gallon.
okay.
They're teeny
Okay.
tiny.
Wait, are we rolling
then-
initiative for ourselves? as
Yes.
well? Okay.
Because you guys are on the deck, so you will be attacking independently. She only has herself and whatever I had called that human, Alad. Al and her are the only two on the ship. So if one more person were there, you could man the ballista with them. But aside from that, it's just going to be you guys on the deck fighting.
I just want to hurl insults at people.
You all would know magic works just fine in space. The ship itself has a bubble of breathable air that goes out about 50 feet from the ship. So you can technically go overboard and still breathe. The air is maintained around it like an ovoid bubble. The ship also has what's called a gravity plane. So the way gravity works in space is the ship generates its own field of gravity along a single plane that is just up down. So when you're on the decks, down is, the deck is down. But if you're underneath that gravity plane, then down is up. So you can kind of like walk on the bottom hull of the ship. The gravity will pull you back towards the center. You kind of like climb down the side, and then as you hit that center point, you do like a flip maneuver, and then climb back up the downside.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So like treasure planet. Because
Yes.
This is starting to remind me of that movie.
SpellJammer is literally Treasure Planet. It's just Treasure Planet. Like
Oh
the
my
whole
gosh.
setting is Treasure Planet.
Hell yeah, dude.
Kill his morph.
Let's see. Okay. Ship to ship battle. How many of them are there? Okay, thank you. That's what I needed to know.
We need to get docked as soon as possible so we can fight them. Because I'm realizing I have spells. Most of them I don't have crazy range.
Yeah. I just want to hurl insults at people.
What is the distance between?
The grid on this is to scale. That's how far they are behind you in feet. Because this is how the combat works. It just starts at like anywhere up to
Whoa.
250. I just needed this character sheet so that I could track their initiative.
Look at that dude's helmet. Fucking rad. Can we take their shit?
We'll find out if you can. You can always try.
Fancy. Oh, he's got a hat.
Those roll. Did they? Okay, I haven't done any rolls yet. Okay. All right. Sorry for the delay.
A dag.
I know. I try to be hasty. I try to be fast and prepared, and you guys just dodge my first encounter and run away.
Hey, we gave Aurora the option to say let's fight or not, and he was like, we're leaving. So all the little ones were like, okay, boss, you got it.
I panicked. I saw people just going like pew pew posh posh.
You're adventurers. You're far stronger than commoners, but it's all good.
Oh my gosh. What if I use
That was
my
why Kilo had
charisma?
fire in his hand immediately. 'Cause it was like, okay, this is kind of where we're at, right?
Right?
So we gotta
Yes.
leave. Okay.
What
You're
if we-
you're our designated driver at this point, Aurora. So keep that in mind.
What if I roll charisma and steal their ship? And like force them to give it to us?
Charisma isn't mind control, man.
No, it's not, but if I kill somebody well enough, maybe they'll be like, as you wish, sir.
I mean, the problem with that is that there is evidence to prove that works. Okay, it is just a star moth. Okay, then we are ready. So as combat begins, the first one is the Astral Elf Warrior. His bow. I'm still rolling to GM, so. All right, interesting. Got it.
Are there like weapons designed for space combat, like with crazy ranges?
So the two that are on the ship, they, from what I've been able to tell, not really. Not in the way that like Starfinder had. It's all much closer to like naval battles. It's just sort of almost like naval battles in space.
Got you. So we'll still end up relatively close to him.
Yeah, from what I can tell, the combat is intended to kind of close into that, you know, boarding party, fuck each other up at melee. As combat begins, okay, there, AC of 15, 2 shots of radiant energy from the bow or from the deck of the Astral Elf ship into the back of your ship. The ship takes 17, 25, 29 points of damage and splinters of wood off the side.
Hey, cut that out.
That leads us to Radius. It's your turn.
How far away are they?
You should be able to use your measuring tool. I'm also going to use this other, like
Kill
150.
me.
How far is a pistol shot again? Like 100 and...
You can attempt to shoot it with the pistol. It would be at disadvantage. It's outside your initial range.
There's a fucking crash button.
There is.
Uh-huh.
What
It
is
calculates the collision damage. If you pull up next to something and don't want to dock, you can just crash into it instead.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what? F it. I'll shoot a pistol shot.
All right. Yeah, you have a 80-foot close range, 320-foot long range, and with a 15, that does hit.
It does.
Yep.
Holy shit. I'm doing psychic damage to a ship.
Yeah. No, I'm curious.
I know. I was just like, does that even do anything?
Huh. Pop the bubble so that they can't breathe.
The ship is very confused.
Well, no,
what
my
it should
pistol
do
doesn't
next.
fire like anything like solid or material based. It's all magic.
Okay. You fire off, and you can see the blast land. Don't know if any damage was taken or not. It just sort of like it's absorbed into the ship. Roll me a history check, since you are an astral elf.
History. I'm not good at that.
These are your people, dude.
You know that the ships themselves tend to be made out of like a ceramic compound alloy, and that normally damage is not super evident like, you know, wooden ships, but actually it's more evident. It has a lower AC now that I'm looking at it. It's usually easier to tell damage. So the fact that you didn't, I read it backwards, that you didn't see any damage come from it probably means that the psychic nature of the shot prevented it from dealing damage to the object.
I just go towards the captain. I'm just like, hey, do you have like a stock of gemstones or anything?
He's like running over to the catapult with a lot at the moment. He goes, "What gemstones? No, I haven't. Why?"
Damn. All right then. Other
All right.
methods. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay, Nero, it's your turn.
Let's see. Don't really have any.
14, I'd be able to pull out my sniper rifle.
Don't really have any long range. Well, I do, but yeah, not far enough to hit. I guess I'll hold a Sacred Flame until they get close.
Okay, what's the range on Sacred Flame? It's 120.
Sacred Flame is 60 feet.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. All right, that leads us to kill.
Actually, I'm sorry, disregard. I'll hold a Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Right. Got it. Okay, cool. Kill, it is your turn.
I mean, I don't have anything that can reliably hit this distance, so Kill's gonna like wave a hand real quick and cast Mage Hand, but he's got telekinetic, so it's invisible.
Okay.
And he's gonna preemptively get that out and about.
All right, so you have your invisible floating mage hand. Cosmo, it is your turn.
Can you target like people on the ship?
Roll me a perception check. It's hard to make out from this distance. As they get closer, you probably be able to pick out the specifics, but from here with the plume of the ship behind you, and it's just too hard to make out that specifics there.
Okay, cool. I'm going to then hold a vicious mockery for somebody that he can see. Sorry, I had to roll the intelligence check to see if he wouldn't try to use it on the ship itself.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see.
But our boy knows better. It's fine. We're fine.
Ooh. 2 more blasts of radiant energy out from the deck of the ship from one of their astral elf warriors. Both fly wide and miss, unable to hit. Their ship then gets to go, so they move forward 50, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up a little bit. I think that pulls them within guiding bolt range, because you were just aiming that at the ship, right, Ken?
No, he was holding a sacred flame.
I thought he changed it to
guiding bolt.
Oh,
he changed it to guiding bolt. Yeah. And so as their turn, they pull up onto your ship, so you can go ahead and make your attack roll. It does hit.
Dope.
All right, 13 damage. What is this? What are you? What do you mean? I have not ever read. What do you? Give me 1 second.
What is this? Who are you? What does this mean?
There's a number on the ship's character sheet called damage threshold, and I have not heard any reference to damage threshold at all. So I'm like, is that the minimum it needs to take to actually take damage? Okay, that is what it means. All right. So that would mean that your galleon also has a damage threshold of 15 didn't take enough damage from either one of those crossbow, or did one of them do enough? One of them did enough to deal damage. So it only took 17 instead of 29.
So you gotta break 15 before it actually damages? Okay.
Yeah. Yay, new rules. Oop, that's way too many. There we go. Okay. Cool. So unfortunately, Ken, the guiding bolt gets absorbed into the hull of the ship. Ship pulls closer and is going to... Actually, all of its guys are currently firing their bows instead. So yeah, it doesn't really have a... Can't fire its weapons. All right. That'll bring us to the priest.
Fuck that guy, dude.
Eat. Melee attack.
Look at this dumb fucking hat.
Does have a dumb hat here.
We're gonna take all of the helmets off his soldiers and leave his hat. Forget that.
He is actually steering the ship, so he doesn't get to do anything except steer
Osmo
the
would wear
ship.
his hat. But it would
Can you wear it? It would probably
probably not.
cover hat. We could get it tailored for you.
Oh,
Right.
man.
So on your guys' turn, you pull 30 feet ahead of their ship, and since theirs is furthest away, I'm just gonna move it back and forth to represent how they're getting closer. Unless you guys change the orders for Captain Sartrell, she's just having Flapjack run, or try to, but it does appear like the ship is faster than you guys.
So it's gonna catch up to us even if we try to run. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it'll eventually be able to catch up to you, because just judging by the speeds that because you're both traveling, you're not like leapfrogging each other as turns come around. It's just this constant gradual flight, and you can see them closing on you slowly. Let's see, she doesn't have enough people to fire the guns, but her and Alad are going to get the first 2 steps of the action to load the catapult and get it aimed, and then the next one they can fire it and load it again. Leading us back to Elf Warrior, and then Radius. So Radius, it is your turn. As the ship takes one more burst of damage and 16 points of damage. roll me a perception check.
Perception. God damn it.
Unfortunately, it's just hard to make them out on the deck because it's so far away.
I'll fire a firebolt.
Okay, roll me an attack.
Pew.
As your firebolt leaves the atmosphere, no, I'm just kidding.
No!
No, that would be cruel. It does work. As it leaves, the magic maintains the fire through the vacuum of empty space, and with a 13, does hit. Go ahead, roll me damage.
See if it actually takes.
Right? Unfortunately, the ceramics heat up slightly and then dissipate the heat just as efficiently. You would have advantage if you wanted to try to crit, because the whole ship is kind of glowing from the guiding bolt. Alright. Close, but unfortunately. Anything else you want to
Character step away. No.
do? Nero, it's your turn.
Shoot.
If you guys
think
do
we can-
want to, you can also, we could say that you hold off until they're within range, at which point I'll just roll some dice for their elves as they're shooting at you as they close in. Man, however you guys want to play it. If you don't have ranged options, there are 2 catapults. You can use those, and they do like 3d10 damage. So they're big ballista bolts.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
getting
on
on.
demand from catapults.
Yeah, I'm getting on catapult. Fuck that.
All right, so you run over to the one that Captain Sartrell and Alad have been manning. Go ahead and roll me a catapult shot or a ballista shot from the space galleon,
Oh yeah, get him, AJ.
because that one has already been readied and aimed. It just needs to be fired.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Bloop.
Character sheet.
Ooh, that bigger one.
Right?
5 actions to get this motherfucker ready.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a 9, and the bolt flies past, you hear Sartrell go, "Don't worry about it. It's just, these shits are hard to hit. We'll try it again." Anything else you want to do? You'd still have your bonus action if you wanted to use any bonus action.
Nope.
No, all right, Kill, it's your turn.
Alright, well, seeing it whiff, Kill's just gonna use 1 action to load it for him.
All right, loaded. Cosmo, your turn.
Cosmo is going to use Bless because that does affect the catapults.
It does.
So I'm gonna use Bless on. I'll use 1 on Nero, 1 on Radius, and then 1 on the Captain.
Okay. So the 3 of you are blessed. And then anything else you want to do?
No.
Right.
Although he does, when he does bless, he touches the forehead and go, "May the Great One bless you."
All right. The Star Moth continues to close the gap. The warrior on board firing and missing valiantly. The next one is also going to try. Wow, guys. More misses. This will close that gap. And Radius, what do you do on your turn? Ooh.
I'm gonna roll a perception to see if I can see anyone.
All right, roll me a perception check as they are attempting to close in. You can also tell Sartrell to change the orders for Flapjack. If you guys do just want to, close in on them. 18. You can see 2 of the Astral Elf warriors that are standing on the front bow of the ship, kind of behind that big golden spike that you see, that blade. They're standing on that bow with their They look like longbows, but they have metallic and it's almost like pulleys. It's kind of like a compound bow. It's just big, and as they pull their strings back, you can see this radiant energy just forming in the bow itself. But you can see the two of them.
I shoot.
Okay. 14. You fire out. It sails over the railing of the ship and twangs into their armor. Unfortunately, does not meet their AC.
I'm starting to feel like the Widowmaker meme. I fire, and then I miss, and then I fire, and then I miss.
Anything else you want to do?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Nero, the catapult in front of you has been loaded, but it still needs to be aimed before it can be shot. You can either aim it or you can wait until they... Well, no, we just cycled past the galleon. I'm trying to figure out the flow of things, because the captain and a lot on the ship. So this is they would have actually... The captain's going to take a shot. Because she is also blessed.
Yeah.
My bless. I forgot about that.
As Alad fills the second, she takes the shot with a 19 that does hit, even without the blast.
Yeah.
17 points of piercing damage is a large.
And a D4.
What is 16?
And a D4.
hit?
Huh?
Because
Oh,
I was
16?
blessed.
You were blessed. 16 is their AC.
Get fucked.
All right. I will. Wow. How am I going to do that? Okay, got it. Tracking how much damage they're taking on the deck so that when you guys board, I can do that correctly. All right, so in front of you, Nero, is the catapult has just been fired, so it needs to be loaded, aimed, and then fired. What do you want to do? Do you want to do any other actions, or are you just continuing to work the catapult?
I'm working the catapult.
All right, so catapult is loaded. Kill, it's your turn.
All right, I'll use my action to aim it for him.
Aim in. All right, Cosmo, you're up.
I mean, I guess I have to fire?
It's up to you.
I'll fire. I can't do
Alright.
anything else. I know I'm not blessed, but...
Cosmo, get in the catapult. We'll fire you at it.
Oh, can we do that?
No.
Ah.
My paternal.
I will make you roll for it, but I will let it happen.
Okay, now that we know this is on the table, we need to wait so that the three of us small guys can get in there and board all together. But I am 100%
Well,
down to get
okay,
shot.
It's a ballista, so it's like a big crossbow. So it's less getting in the catapult and being slung and more riding the rocket through space.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Okay.
I want to make sure we can get the three tiny guys that can actually ride it on there.
Yeah, 'cause we would have to hold our breath.
You would have to hold your breath.
That's true. Oh, crap.
I think you're the only one that has to hold your breath, but you're not going to be in space for very long.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
Fair.
it's gonna be that big a deal.
Let me
As long
see,
as
where
we
is
more
that?
if we miss.
land the shot.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
spell for space travel.
What?
I have a spell apparently that's part of SpellJammer called Air Bubble.
Actually, looking at it, both these ships are they both big enough? How big are they?
Just gonna link it.
Holy fresh, kill, aim, crew 30 tons. How do I?
How many? Like, what level can you cast it? Can you do it at third? Can you get all three of us? Like me, you, and
Do you
Cosmo, because
guys,
Ken doesn't need to breathe.
like I was about to say, do you guys even need to breathe?
Here's what I'm figuring out. The air pockets between your two ships have actually connected already. Each one of them stretches out about 100 to 150 feet.
Crap.
So you are in a connected bubble of shared air where you can actually hear them kind of shouting at each other from the distance as it's traveling through space. You're in a bubble of air flying through space right now, so you don't even need to hold your breath.
I get on the ballista, and then sit on the ballista, and ready a vicious mockery for the first person I see when I get flung, so I can insult them in midair and then
Okay.
jump down on their ship.
Okay.
Because I assume
Sorry.
we'll get shot close enough that the gravity plane will get.
You can hope.
Yep.
As
I'm down for this, dude. Good lord.
Captain Sartrell goes, I'll fire it if you guys can get ready. Okay. So you've climbed in, secured yourself, and readied your action. The warriors are going to continue their. They miss spectacularly. The Star Moth will climb its way. 2, 3, 4.
I think we avoid one combat and potential danger, and then we create our own. Isn't this great?
I love it. It actually is. It's. Another one makes his 2 shots. Ooh, 222s to hit. The first one deals no damage as the hull withstands it. The second one does deal damage. You take 22 points. Why is it not updating there? 22. So you were at 345. There, 383. Okay. Cool. Galleon moves. You hear Sartrell just sort of shout, "Why don't you just hold it here, Flapjack? Looks like we're fighting." She's just gonna let them try to close the gap to make the shots easier. The warrior will fire, and then radius. Second shot from the warrior does deal damage. Another 20 damage from the pot shot from his bow. Quote
Come on,
unquote.
Radius, stop on.
How close are they?
Right now, they're about 75 feet.
Crap. So close.
And from here, radius, you can see them without having to roll anything. So, what would you like to do?
I ran out of sorry. I did, yes.
You're gonna be our Overwatch for when we do this dumb thing we're gonna do.
We're all just gonna get lost in space and have to reroll.
Shoot.
We just go, it fires super wild. We don't even come close to the ship, and we're just off in space.
The Russian national anthem just starts playing as you guys sail off on your new adventure.
Through the
We
astral
end up
plane.
back on
back to-
Earth.
Yeah, right?
Oh my goodness.
Full
Alright.
circle, dude.
Oh man.
Sir, it's been years, but the monkey is back, and he has aliens with him, and now he can speak.
He's mutated? This is weird. I'm very confused. Isolate him for study.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna take a shot.
Okay. At one of the warriors.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 does not. But you're blessed, so 14 unfortunately misses. And flies just over his shoulder. But you can see them pretty easily now. Anything on a bonus action?
I got nothing on a bonus action, and I don't get extra attack until next level.
Okay. All right, Nero. Anything you want to do, or are you securing yourself to the ballista?
Locked and loaded.
All right. You've secured yourself. Kill. You doing the same?
Yep.
All
Wait,
right.
what?
Living on up,
Kill.
kind of wrapped around them to help keep them tight to the ballista bolt, and ready
Wait.
to get fired.
What can you wild shape into?
The things I have set up that Kate got hooked up for me, I've got giant octopus, brown bear, giant toad, giant hyena, giant spider, and a dire wolf right now. But that's just like the common, like, good go-to ones. If we come up with any other things, we could probably get it added later on.
If you like wild shift in midair to the spider and web the ship while we're just riding.
Hate it. I hate it.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
SpellJammer allows us to do this stupid thing.
I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just hilarious. Okay, that's okay.
So we got 3 little tiny boys on the
Oh.
giant ballista bolt, ready
Well-
to fucking send it.
2 things that I'm gonna need. as you guys secure yourselves, with Kilt being the last one because Cosmo had secured himself first. On the ship's action, Alad ran over to the other ballista and started to get it loaded so that both could be operational kind of simultaneously, since you guys were using one up. And then Captain Sartrell held her action until you were ready. So as you secure yourself, Kill, and it does take your action to secure yourself. Actually, no, because Cosmo was holding his action. It's just your movement to mount the ballista bolt. She's gonna fire. She is still blessed, so fingers crossed and all.
We believe in you, Captain. Have a good one. Bye.
You are all insane, but I am envious of your chutzpah. Oh boy. Okay, so it's just a 9. It's a D4. It's a 10. It does fly wide. As you all are jettisoned from it, first thing, the three of you, I need the three of you to give me each a strength saving throw to maintain grip. As someone who has tried wakeboarding in the past, holding on to something moving suddenly that fast, not always easy.
Well, good luck, boys. I'm pretty sure I'm not even gonna get off the ship.
Oh no! Hey, Nero and Cosmo both do, but as the bolt flies out, unfortunately, it just sort of leaves your gelatinous form and you into the ballista. It doesn't take you with it, but it does take the two of them. What are your intelligence scores, Ken and?
-1.
I would be a little bit more bummed if the shot missed.
Right. Ken,
mine's 12.
12. Okay.
I have a 9.
You have a 9. Okay. Ken, it's not looking good. It looks a little off trajectory. What would you do in this situation?
Can I use Sacred Flame to, use the energy of the Sacred Flame and to push it towards the ship, or push us in the direction of the ship?
Give me a roll with your wisdom modifier as you reach out with your cantrip and attempt to.
Can I help?
Sure.
Because if I throw my coiling grasp, can I try to re-angle the shot as it's leaving to steer it a little bit closer onto the target?
Sure, I like it. Give me your wisdom caster too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, give me a wisdom. All right, 14 from Ken's Sacred Flame. 8. Yeah, unfortunately, tugs it just a little bit. Ken, you push out with the Sacred Flame, and it seems to make it kind of wobble, but it doesn't look like it's going to hit the ship. It'll get close to it, and you'll probably get within its gravity plane, but is there anything you wanted to try to do, Cosmo?
I think the only thing I can do is try to divine smite us. Would that work?
You don't know.
I have so many concerns.
What do you do? As you jettison through space, heading in like a thiswardly, like again, you're gonna get within 30 feet of it probably. It wasn't a terrible shot. It just wasn't, a great shot.
So are we gonna get into its gravity plane then?
Yeah, you'll break into its gravity plane probably.
I don't like the way you have to say probably.
Hey, I always have to go probably.
I'm gonna attack the ballista with a divine smite.
Roll
I'd
me an
use my
attack roll.
final divine smite,
Okay.
which I was kind of saving for hideous laughter. But if it saves our life, worth it. No!
Okay,
That is
so
unfortunate.
here's the thing. You stand up using your opposable toes to grab onto this flying ballista bolt, draw your sword, and you swing down. But as you swing, you lose your footing, and now you are adrift, separate from the ballista bolt as it hurtles through space. You're kind of spinning off in a thiswardly direction now, away and much more tangentially. Ken, you've lost your trying to think of what your passenger. As you get close to the ship, as you're pushing with the sacred flame to try to keep the ballista on track, give me a dexterity saving throw to try to jump into its gravity well.
Are we making new characters? This is what's happening.
No, dude, they're fine.
All right. You do manage to leap off of the deck and onto the ship's gravity well in the front of the ship. Which, let me see. Where's Star Moth? Here is its blueprint. You have landed there. And I need to get the warriors because, they're still there too.
We just gotta wait for them to pull up. Since you told them to slow down, maybe another turn or two will be able to help them.
Oh no.
Cosmo buckles his helmet for space.
Okay, I see what it is. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't realize they actually had something set up for this specific instance of the ship. And now I don't have to get all of the, oh god, tokens. I just have to put you on this, and then you can see. So as you land, you see two Hadozi who are on the lower main part of the deck, seem to be like crew hands that scream and start to scurry away from you. And you can look up above you and see the, this one's actually not here.
How did they get here?
As you just like tumble down and land, the two Hadozi are like, what's that? Where did you? And start to scurry there, but you can't see anything because there's freaking dynamic lighting, which I can tell because it's slowing my computer down. Roll 20, fix your shit. There you go, Ken.
You know what the funniest part about this entire situation is?
You're adrift in space.
No, I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I should buy Boots of Flight. I was like, nah, I don't know if that's gonna come in handy. We're gonna be in space.
Okay, so that was a interesting series of turns after kills. Cosmo, it's your turn. You have nothing to really push against, or you're just sort of tumbling in space.
Yeah, because I don't have gravity. Can I try to use my sword as like a propeller type thing to like propel myself and change direction?
Hell yeah.
Roll me an athletics check. 22 is still not bad. You swing your sword around and kind of start cutting through wildly. And it does start to actually work because there is actual air here and there is no gravity. So there's a small amount of resistance, and you're able to stabilize the tumble, so you can kind of like orient yourself on the plane with the ship to your left, the Star Moth to your left, and the Space Scallion off to your right. But moving yourself is a lot harder than just sort of controlling your spin.
Makes sense.
Did you have anything else you want to try?
I don't really have anything that can like check, because I would need something to propel myself off of.
Mm-hmm.
But question.
Mm-hmm.
He is a cosmonaut monkey. Would he understand how gravity works, like general concept wise?
Yeah, you've had enough experience working in these types of conditions and environments that you know how it would work.
Can I use my sword and like push myself off of it while keeping it with my tail, so I can propel myself and then grab it again. So I have that like momentum, but I keep the sword.
You can try, but you would know doing so risks losing your sword.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, roll me an athletics check again. 15 was what you needed to not lose your sword.
Hell yeah.
Where are you propelling? Like, which way are you trying to go? Towards.
Towards the ship, so I can get on the gravity plate underneath.
All right, you can probably push yourself about 10 feet and just start drifting in that direction to kind of intercept the Star Moth as it, cuts towards the space galleon.
That's the plan.
Cool. Alrighty. Next is going to be this guy who now has a friend to shoot on his own ship. So weird. This one who looking up at him, Ken, you can see this tiny little trickle of blood down his nose. I was going to stop when you did the boarding because I know you're probably tired, Aurora, but now we're kind of like split boarded, so.
Fine.
He gonna look down at you, Ken, and he gonna shoot at you with his bow. Is that 20 and a 17?
They both hit.
You take 9 points of damage from the first one and 11 from the second for a total of 20. And then after him is going to be the Star Moth, who then does get to move and gets caught up. So as it gets closer to you, you can start to feel the pull of its gravity well as you're drifting. On your turn, you'll be able to attempt to get on. Excellent. Wonderful. The priest is going to keep flying. The other warrior looks down as well. Is this just the one tiny little auto gnome? But that's a 10 and an 11 to hit. So as he fires out with his longbow twice, they hit the deck right beside you, Nero. And then the galleon's not moving, but Sartrell, after she launches the first one, darts over to the one where Alad's at. He, who has now managed to load the first bolt, is aiming the second one, and as he aims it, she runs up and grabs the thing and pulls the lever to fire it. She's just trying to shoot them as many times as she can. 21 will hit.
Hell yeah, get him.
Barely, but enough. And I need to mark that down. And then the last one against Ken. It's a natural 20 and a 16. Hey, Ken, you have a thing. This, I think it's, I can't remember what it's called. I know that grave clerics have something that negates natural 20s. Eyes of the Grave. No.
No, it's something else.
No. Damn, what is it?
This is definitely used up plenty of times to save our asses, so
Oh,
Yeah.
we know you got it.
Is it?
Hold on, I'm gonna try and look it up.
No, it might
don't
be a
think I
higher
have
level. Yeah, it might be a higher level. It might be 7. God,
Oh,
I thought that stuff was so much lower. I remember it being there for so long. Yeah, you can normally roll as a grave. Lets you. Yeah, sorry. Okay. All right then. Let's see this.
do you have shield, AJ?
No.
Sentinel
I don't think
Advanced
it's on my
Armor, that's
spell list.
6th level, Cade.
6th level. Oh no. That's why it feels like it's been so long. Cause
As a reaction, when you or an ally that
Okay.
you can see suffers a critical hit, you can turn it into a normal.
well, it's not horrible. You take 22 points of damage from the natural 20. Does the 16 hit you?
No.
No.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Man, you shot yourself at the enemies. I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
You know,
But
we were
he-
kind of hoping there was 2 targets up there to
yeah, I
divide
know,
the damage.
I know. I'm sorry. I was rooting for you guys too. You're close though. Close. Okay, Radius. It is your turn. Oh, you're still conscious. Oh dang. I did math.
Barely.
I did the math of your HP wrong. I did the math of the damage right.
Yep, barely.
Barely. What you doing, Radius?
I'm gonna use my broom of flying,
Okay.
yell from C-Turb, and just start slowly dashing, making my way towards them.
Okay, so
Oh,
you have 75 feet. I think you can get onto. Yeah, you can get to the ship and onto the deck in your movement if you dash.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be about 30 feet away from
Okay,
like
if I
front
don't
deck if you didn't dash.
Okay. If I don't dash, okay, I won't dash. I'll just fire a shot.
Okay.
With bless because I want it.
All right. And are you aiming at the ship or one of the guys on the top?
One of the guys.
Okay. Roll your bless.
I did.
So 16, I think that is their AC. That is, so that hits.
I rolled something other than a fucking 6.
All right, and is the same one that you were shooting at before?
Yeah.
All right, got him. Another bolt flies over your head, Nero, and into one of the elf warriors who's been firing upon you, making your life troublesome. Anything else you want to do, Radius?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Nero, it is your turn. You find yourself in a sticky situation. Would you like to do, Nero?
Am I close to? Am I in melee range? Can I hit somebody?
You could move into melee range of one of the Hadozi that are kind of, they're
All right.
not
well,
necessarily like fighting you. They seem to be deckhands. The guys that are fighting you are the ones up on here. They're on like a raised platform that's about 10 feet tall.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you want to see, like, if you look down here, this is where you landed, and this is where they're firing from.
Oh. Well, I am so sorry, poor deckhands, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Go for it. It does hit.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what you need right there.
Oh my god.
Roll me damage, man.
Yes.
Wait, that's wait. Oh, let me make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
27 points.
And you take half that back.
Yeah, and you get 13 hit points back. And he is just as you reach out and you, sorry, deckhand, there's just this moment where he's looking at you like, what? And then his entire body, it's like draining the juice from a grape. It just disintegrates into this husk of what used to be a Hadozi.
Hey man, gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean they dealt a lot of damage to you, and that was necessary. But whew,
this is battle.
this is battle. All right. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action?
I don't think I have anything fun with my bonus actions yet, so nah, I'm good.
All right. Back on the Moon Dancer. Kill. What you up to?
Do we need either of these prepped for firing yet, or
Not yet. No.
ready to be loaded?
They're both ready to be loaded. Both of them are empty.
Okay, whichever one's not the fucking 5 one, I'll load that one.
Okay. There's 2 of them that are the ballistae. The mangonel that needs 5 on this ship, it's broken. It
Okay.
she was
I'll
at
load one
Altera
of
to get it fixed. Cool.
I'll load one of those, and then hopefully that should give that ship time to finally get within range for me to just hop over next turn.
Hell yeah. All right. So as the ship is cruising past you, go ahead and roll me an athletics check to try to grab onto it, Cosmo.
Athletics?
Yep.
I have that. Am I going to use it? No. Why would I do that?
That's an unfortunate spot to roll a 1.
Yeah, it really is. Unfortunately, as the ship is cruising past you, you swing out with your hand and your tail to try to grab onto anything on the sides that you might be able to secure yourself with, but it's just the design of this elvish vessel is very smooth and very streamlined, like it's kind of like a darting fish.
Can I try to get my sword in it?
Roll me an attack roll.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, no. You swing out with your hands, and in that same twisting motion, cut down with the great sword to try to, or stab down with it to try to secure it into the hull, and it glances and scrapes off of the ceramic, pushing you away from the ship and drifting off away again.
God damn it.
Anything on a bonus action?
I wish I could glide right now, but I can't.
Right. You're not. Well, actually, I need to roll a die, and I'm going to roll this publicly. On a 11 or higher, you are above the side of the ship and in the gravity well, and can then use your glide to kind of fly down because it does work.
I could use my glide. I'd be hit against the ship.
What do you mean?
I'm wearing heavy armor.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
But if I was in the gravity well, I'd be forced down anyways, so...
That's true. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, then, I didn't realize that heavy armor precluded that. We should definitely get you into medium. He gonna try to shoot you because Ken's or Nero's looking a bit messed up, and you're trying to cling onto their ship. So as you're drifting away, one of the warriors twists and with his strange advanced bow fires a bolt of light at you with a 22 hits for 18 damage.
Oh, jeez.
Second attack is a 9 and it misses horribly.
Cosmo is just like, I'm not in good situation.
And then it leaves you behind.
Okay.
And basically gets up onto... So I have a question, just so that I know whether to move the map. Are you going to try to board the ship Radius, or are you going to go try to see? Okay. The Star Priest is sailing. You're now one of the tastier targets, but there are 2... Yep. 2 shots onto Radius as you're flying above their ship. Oh my god. Okay. So the first attack's a natural 20. The second attack was a natural 19.
Damn it.
The first attack, you take 29 points of damage. Because that was freaking fire. The second attack is not nearly as disgusting. It's only 14 points of damage.
I don't know if I'm gonna survive anyway.
How many hits do you?
Nope, I'm out.
You're out?
What happened?
He got hit, so you took a total of 15, 26, 29, 34, 43.
I'm out.
Oh no.
I'm on my broom just drifting.
At least it doesn't drop. That's a plus, right?
Yeah, you just sort of stop propelling forward as the warrior shoots 2 bolts up at you. It is now the galleon's turn. You're probably going to use your action to make your way across the gap, right? Till?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as
Sartrell's.
we get within the range, absolutely.
I just want to make sure that Sartrell can use the balliste to fire, which she can once Alad has aimed it. Fire. 14, but she does have a D4 for an 18. Oh, but it's not enough damage. The bolt sinks into the ceramic and just sort of wobbles there.
This is a fucking nightmare we've created.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot at Ken because Ken's the only thing that's there. It's a 7 and a 6.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
Where were those
The,
balls for me?
again, I don't know, man. It's just where it goes. Boom, boom. 2 shots into the deck beneath you, Nero, but no damage taken. Radius, roll me a death saving throw, please. Okay. That is a failed on your death saves. Oh, I didn't realize you
It's fine.
rolled that to GM. All right, Nero.
Listen, one shot, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, that's why I'm just playing it as it comes out because it's very low stakes, very low consequences at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, that was why I was so gung ho to shoot all of us
Yeah.
with the fucking ballista.
I was gonna be like, you know, who's gonna say, okay, but now you got a monkey adrift in space and it's fine. But Nero, it's your turn.
I'm going to like stare at this other dude and like slowly step away, like trying to see if he'd like try to attack me.
The other ship hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Which way are you stepping? Like back this way, or into the?
No, back out.
Okay. He does not appear to be reaching for any weapons. He's just sort of looking at the husk of his friend that was just standing next to him. And there's a slight bit of tremble to this Hidozi. Doesn't seem like he's a fighter.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just find a way to the next level of the ship.
Okay. Well, that is a hatch that leads down into the main deck below, which is right here. And beneath there are also 2 Hidozi that are manning smaller ballista that look like they're designed for like close range engagements. But as you step down out of the ladder, they both just sort of like look at you and then dart back away. And one of them draws a small knife, but they also don't look like they're made of much. What you want to do?
I'm gonna just cast a level 1 cure wounds on myself.
Okay. I will say you would have been able to see Radius as well because he was floating right above you when he got shot. So like you were right here-ish. He was like up here. And I know none of you can see except for Ken, but and then you went like down into here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alrighty. 9 hit points and anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Alright, Kill, it's your turn.
I mean, are they close enough for me to get to the other ship now?
It's a 40-foot jump, but depends on if you're gonna wild shape before, because it'll be an athletics check. But you'd have to leap in order to make it across the gap, but it's possible.
I was really hoping they would be, at dock range by now.
I mean, okay, if
let's see.
for the sake of brevity,
Well, I mean,
as-
I'm fine with it not. I gotta kind of figure out how to get across because
Yeah,
20
yeah,
feet's a good jump with
it is.
basically anything. I
25.
mean, don't know what the best animal to cover that gap is. You would think it would be the toad because it gets a default without even having to try a 20-foot long jump without a run up. So could I cover that gap if I turn in wild shape to a giant toad?
Yeah, yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I'm good with the toad flying through space.
Okay. Then I'll wild shape into an amorphous, slime, translucent toad and just hurl itself from one ship across to the other and hope he gets there to help.
All right, so you throw yourself through space in your giant toad form. Let me get your token over onto that one. Because I had set up these ones. Roll me an athletics from the toad. Again, it's more of like grades of success type thing. All right.
It's only a 5, not great.
You kind of land on the large coppery spire on the front of the ship, the albatross, whatever that thing is. There's the map that you are on, and where you have landed, and that's about what you see there. The 3 elves that have been shooting you are up here, and then that was, what's the frog's movement full? Like,
It only has 20 feet.
okay, yeah, so that would be your movement, but you could either dash or you have your action and all that stuff too.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have any range, so all I can do is dash to cover another 20.
Okay. This poor Hadozi, he's just gelatinous, slimy, glowing frog lands on the front of his ship after his buddy was completely yoked. All right. Cosmo, what are you doing in space?
I have a really, really stupid idea that might just work.
I love it.
Do I
Let's do
have a rope on my suit?
A rope?
Or something that I can tie to my sword?
Sure. Yeah, ropes are standard adventuring gear. You guys are adventurers. I'm sure you've got to.
I'm gonna take my sword and with all its might, throw it at the ship. And
Okay.
once it's tied to me, so it pulls me.
All right, so you quickly secure the rope to your waist and then hurl the sword down at the ship. Roll me in athletics.
Come on, don't suck.
Oh wait, I forgot. I keep my proficiency, so it's not gonna make much, but it would be a 6.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it at least you didn't miss the ship. So there's that.
Unlike some people, me.
Let me see. Cuz the 10 a 2 on the die isn't great, but a 10 is still a 10. And that's the thing, is the modifier. So I'm looking at the situation. Okay. So as you land, Kill, as you get onto the prow of the Dark Star and start to move your way forward, a great sword clatters onto the deck right there in front of you. Just clank, 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 clank. And then as it gets pulled from the ship's movement, it gets wedged into the kind of like railing of the deck. And as the ship is moving forward, you do feel it tug taut on you, Cosmo. It didn't
cool.
like impale the deck. It didn't deal any damage, but it got itself wedged in there well enough that you're like, shit, I missed, and then yoink, you get pulled forward.
Cool. Well, I'm not gonna die. I'm
You're
gonna.
not lost in space.
Because I got yanked, I think he's just kind of like, ah. But I'm going to attempt to climb the rope.
Okay. I'll say pulling yourself in, it uses the rest of your turn to get yourself in there, but you are able to pull yourself onto the deck of the Dark Star. And I'm getting everyone's tokens where they would be relative.
At least the boy's not floating through space now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of our boys, I guess.
Surviving this though might be a different issue.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun, guys. All right. Okay. So now that we are all just on the Dark Star map, that makes me feel a lot better. There we go. Radius is floating right there. Okay. Elf Warriors shots into the big frog. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does a 9?
No.
I didn't think a 9 did. I was like, damn. Okay. From the 14, you take 12 points of piercing and radiant damage from the second shot from the Astral Elf Warrior. We are now officially in like boarding party combat. So I'm going to leave the Space Galleon on there because it's just going to pepper the ship as it can, but
I don't even see the turn order now that we're on this one.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Ah, no. Ah, no. Okay, well, I'm going to keep track of it because otherwise it's re-adding everything. And we can either do this fight out or we could call it, and it's up to you guys. But
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm still like my sleep schedule's still fucked from like this week, so
I can tell. All right, well, we will.
I just had a very long day, so.
I know, and it was. I wasn't expecting you guys to shoot yourself. That was unprepared.
I wanted to try something different. Like with and Tyranny, he's always like wanted to think these through and either build his way out or swing his way out. So, this is a nice breath of fresh air. Just saying, fuck it, roll the dice.
Hell yeah! And don't get me wrong, I loved it. I loved the idea. I loved the imagery. I just knew that there were checks involved, and so many of them were bad. All right.
It made a great narrative though.
It did. It did.
If you would have landed the shot, it would have been fine.
Would have been.
Even
Awesome.
with me falling off, that would have been you two right there. You'd have been able to cover for each other. But she missed the shot.
She did.
Problem is, are we gonna survive this next phase?
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what my next death save will be.
I mean, we should, now that you're on here, we should have it because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've got more health in my base form than every one of my goddamn wild shapes. So
But it's
I'll
technically
get
a
another,
mage
even
shape
if they
for you.
break it, even if they break one wild shape, I'll survive. Unless they crit. If they crit, it might be a different story. But I can at least get back around into a bear and actually start doing damage. So as long as we can get through a round.
I only have 7 hit points left.
Jesus. Where did your health go?
So first battle, I hit 0, and then I got up to 8, and then used 4 hit die to get to 25. Then I got shot, and that did it. I have 4 lay on hands points that I'm gonna use next turn. But
I thought in that like short rest people actually healed up to full. Okay, that would have changed the decision to fire us across because I was going into this pristine, like even my base health.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Nero was fine. Cosmo, he looked fine. He was at 2/3, 3/4. Like
I had most of my health.
Here's the thing with Cosmo. Cosmo has an 11 Constitution versus kills 16 Constitution at level 5. That's a huge difference in hit points.
I only have 34 health.
Yeah.
I have 34 health too, and I'm a wizard with the tough feat.
Right.
I have 53.
But me getting hit for 29 plus 14 damage in one effing turn.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's really and like I'm just mass on the DPS because I'm like, well, I'm pretty much the only melee technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well,
So why be tanky when I can put all my tanky points into killing things fast enough so I don't get hit?
To
The
be
problem
fair,
is when I do
if
get
we
hit,
if this hadn't been ship to ship, Kill is essentially melee. He's got spells, but most of the stuff he's got is something to cast and concentrate on, and then wild shape into just to maintain concentration on it once he's in wild shape. He's basically melee.
Yeah.
I've got stuff like Moonbeam, Fairy Fire, things like that to just add
Wait,
stuff up for us. But
I kept
normally I'll
expecting you
be
guys
with.
to. Yeah. I kept expecting you guys to be like, no, turn the ship around, bring us to them, let's fuck them up. But
I have an
no.
18 AC though. That's my strong suit. But you know, when they're hitting 22s, not much I can do.
It's just a +4.
Uh huh.
But hell yeah, I had fun. That was a cool setting. I love the characters. They're great. Those of you with normal sleep schedules, thank you for sticking around. We can, next time that we find a time where the 4 of us are available or 5 of us are available and we want to, keep playing if we want to, I'm down. I've got everything on here already. Read through. So we finished chapter 1 tonight. Chapter 1 was leaving the planet, which could have been any planet. It was just one I made up. Chapter 2 is the attack of the Star Moth. That's where we are right now. And there are a total of
we're getting
12
attacked by the
chapters.
Star Moth.
you're getting attacked, and oh man, it's so fun. But
Can we
Here I was
commandeer
hoping
it?
to
Like, if we
actually
killed
fully
him?
play Crystal Death.
100%, that is absolutely within the module, as well as like the crew here. They don't want anything to do with fighting you. If you can manage to get through all of this without killing the Hadoji, then you have a full crew and your own ship and everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh,
But it
sweet.
Now
is
we got
it
a
is
plan, gang.
part of the game that you can commandeer it, you can blow it up, you can do whatever you want with it, but normally they dock with you and then send 2 of the warriors on board to try to stop you, and you can kind of fight through them and then get on the ship and fight through the others, but you guys, jump the gun, or jump the shark.
We
But
jumped the gun, literally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Literally.
No, it's more like mounted the gun, but
Rode the gun. Ugh. I could not believe 2 natural ones, Hawk. That was
know.
so brutal, and I was
I
like,
was like, I'm not gonna get a natural one again. I'll try to do something the same. Okay.
ting. I was like, I think the dice are saying that the monkey is adrift. He is truly space monkey now.
I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, wouldn't I have like a rope in my kit? Because I don't have like the kit on my thing. But like, wouldn't I have a rope on my kit that I could at least like tie to the sword and use the sword for momentum?
The
And
problem-
like, yeah, you do. I was like,
So here's the problem with zero gravity. Anything that you're not leaving behind and taking with you doesn't provide a lot of momentum, because the thing is, when you kick off of something, if you're then tethered to it, whatever momentum you gained is then lost when you snap that tether and pull that object back to you because of the conservation of energy. The difference in this situation is that there's oxygen, there's like an atmosphere that gives you something to minorly propel against. So you're basically flying in 0G or swimming through 0G, but it's nowhere near as strong to pull yourself against as water, which is why you were like using it like a big fan and trying to blow yourself with it.
yep, that's what I was trying to do. Yep.
I love
There's-
space, man.
I have a love-hate relationship with space. I love the fact that space, you can do stupid things like that, but I hate the fact that it's also space, and if you fuck up, you fucked up.
Yeah. Actually, and looking at this map now, this mangonel should have been firing at you guys every few rounds, because this right here is actually right here. These 3 guys are under this deck. Yeah. So they're like under this covering in this kind of like alcoved place, with this being on top of it and another top down, and this being the... I'm like trying to make sense. It's very, very illithid design. Like, Astral Elves, what are you doing?
They're there.
Yeah, Yeah, they're like right here. And then the pilot's right here, and these two guys right here are right here. But the three guys that have been fighting are in this kind of like enclosed room here. This little. Anyway.
So can they see us?
Yeah. It's not like solid because when the battle started, because they were firing at you, they had to have line of sight. So in my mind, it's kind of like a patio. It's an overhang with an open area underneath and pillars that support the upper level, but it's fully open so that they can fight and shoot from underneath there. There's just like railings along the side, like right here, which is what Cosmo got himself stuck on, was those railings. Got the sword stuck on it. So
Neat.
yeah,
Everything worked out.
everything worked out. It's great. Yeah, Aurora's character's not unconscious. It's
No,
fine.
definitely
Yeah.
not.
You're not. You're unconscious.
I mean, that's just karma for shooting a fireball at us. Really.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, we're probably gonna call it. I'm gonna go and get something to eat, use the bathroom, all that stuff. So, but yeah. Next time Kyle's not able to join us, we can pick this up or
Hell
do
yeah.
something else crazy. I like having it as an option. It's a fun setting, and the Rock of Brawl is going to be fun because that's actually the Rock of Brawl canonically in this game is set in the same solar system as Toril, which is the name of the planet that you guys are on in Tyranny of Dragons.
Whoa.
shit.
Yep. So we're heading into the home system where most species, not your guys, because you guys you're from wild space, but most species, humans, elves, like the non-astral elves, dwarves, gnomes, all of those that have been populating the various colonies across the wild space systems that are found, originated on Toril. So it'll be a futuristic one. It's not the same time as Tyranny, and it's in a version of the future in which you guys don't destroy the world during Tyranny of Dragons. So that's always a
There's no
possibility.
way we would possibly
wait.
do that. Dude.
Are we gonna go down there and find out that this is like an alternate reality where they saved it?
Where what? The Tyranny crew saved it?
Yeah.
I mean, they
And
might.
they're like revered as heroes.
They in this world, probably. In this world, I mean, it's probably so far in the future that they're like, it's the legends of Starlight. It's like they're myths almost, and the various characters. I won't say much about it because things that will happen in the game that I already have planned, the people down there will know about. So there may be like, like redacted moments. Because there are a few things that nobody should know about. Nobody at all.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
But yeah, it was cool when I was reading the module, because the module is actually like, they're like, you should have your party start on Toril. They could be just adventurers in Waterdeep, and I'm like, that's boring.
Hopefully, let's go into
Aliens.
space.
I liked having a colony world and all that, but all right. Well, I will let the sleepy of us go. Thank you guys for joining me on this space adventure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
Jeez.
Buku. Have a good night. I think I'm just gonna go unwind, but I will talk to you guys next couple days. I know we're not playing Strahd this week because of school stuff.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Strahd! And, Fox being in Florida, dying from the heat.
When are they getting back?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, so I think I'm driving up to Prescott on Wednesday, spending Wednesday through Saturday in Prescott, working on the ranch so my folks can come down here. At least that's the tentative plan, finish a couple things here. And then I'm going to go from Prescott to Phoenix back to here, and they're going to come from here back to Prescott.
They still working at the game store?
No. I left there back in April.
Ah.
Yeah. I guess we haven't really chatted in a while, but
Nah.
And,
I've been busy with school.
yeah, I feel that.
I've been doing like 40 to 60 hours on that like every week.
I remember those days.
I'm in a
Me and
ghost.
Fox
Oh.
moved down to Lake Havasu City and gonna be finding new jobs down here, but she's over in Florida right now, so we're waiting until she gets back. And
I just built this today. I'm so behind this week because I had to do stuff that my dad was supposed to do and they left for the weekend.
Toilet. Sorry.
No, it's a compass.
I know.
it's a compass.
So I was like, oh shit. And so yeah, no, so I'm very behind.
The sword's cool.
But it's yeah.
Or
It's more of a dagger, but
you're
I
right.
mean,
You're right because the
yeah.
curve of the blade, the blade is definitely more of a dark dagger.
and then where's the other one I did?
Dark.
This one took forever, and then my UV layout got fucked up, and I'm really mad.
Ugh.
But nobody knows where that's from, right?
Don't. Can't say I do.
You
That's
probably
what
do.
that's from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! It is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it the ghost capture thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah! I was seeing it much bigger. I was seeing it as like almost
The
like a train
railroad,
car
yeah.
attachment. Yeah, but
Well,
no, you're right.
If you look at the front, that's the little air hose
Mm-hmm.
connector.
Okay.
Yeah, 3D modeling is really fun. I wish I had more time in the week. I wish I could only do one, or they would like, hey, do one prop instead of do two or whatever. So I had time to like focus on one and get all the details down. Because
Yeah.
they give us some really, really cool ones that I would love to do, but it's like there's not enough time to actually do those. So
Feel
like I
that.
did that one and I screwed something up and it took forever and it's like, yeah, it's cool. But I mean, this stuff generally isn't what I want to do, so
It isn't. No, that's right. Because you want to do like digital drawing, right?
No, I want to do
No,
I want to do character design. So I want to do
Was.
3D modeling, but I want to do like ZBrush stuff.
Gotcha.
More than like straight objects. Like obviously knowing how to do objects is great, but like I'd rather do like character stuff
That makes sense.
or character animation, like whatever. Just because that's the study stuff that I like. I like the difference like in facial features and yeah, clothing. Yeah.
Yep. I feel it.
One of my friends says I should work at Bethesda because they apparently have very nice benefits. And also you get to make fun of Todd Howard on the daily, and I'm like, hell yeah. Making fun of my boss? Me, man.
I had a friend. I think he worked at ZeniMax.
I hear ZeniMax is horrible.
Yeah, he did not have good things to say about ZeniMax Studios. Like, he was he was my manager at the game store, and he used to work in game design. He worked for like NCSoft. He was on one of the design teams for WildStar back in the day.
Ooh.
And then he retired because he was just like that industry is so, oh god, it was killing him. But then he got an offer a few years later after working at the game store, to go work for ZeniMax Studios, and it was good money. So he, moved over to Maryland to go work in Bethesda. And I tried to warn him.
Yeah, I think ZeniMax is worse than Bethesda. I hear Bethesda is actually really, really good. Like Bethesda as the company or publisher.
Bethesda as the city isn't terrible either because it's west of 95, but you're still in Maryland.
Something like that. I know my friend lives like right there. And she's like, oh, I have a friend who's working on Starfield, and she really likes it there
Nice.
because it's a really good atmosphere. So I hear ZeniMax though, like the big studios, god awful.
Well, I'm gonna call it here. I'm falling asleep even more.
Yeah, no,
so-
I've been
Yeah.
expecting you and Ken to just dip out whenever you're ready.
Sorry.
I gotta figure out.
Distract.
I gotta
I'm
figure-
out of here.
Night.
Good night, guys. Thanks for playing.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
Hell yeah. Keep it on the back burner for when we need it. I'm